and welcome to Hair of the Dogcast. This is the Dogcast, your favorite podcast about video games and beer and video games, and our opinions on games, which matters because you are listening to this podcast. My name is Brad, and I'm here to discuss video games.
Hey, I'm Tyler.
There we go.
And I am now wiser, more good looking, and just overall better because I am 32 years old since the last time you heard this sweet buttery voice.
32.
I forgot. Happy belated birthday.
You know, I'm kind of a big boy now.
Is your back falling apart?
Yeah, my back is shot.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
I bowled 3 games on Christmas after I saw Nosferatu, and I am fairly certain I pulled or broke several bones. That's how I feel.
Jeez Louise. My abdomen just hurts.
Whose abdomen hurts?
Mine. Dylan. I'm here too. And we're going to talk games, other things too, but mostly games.
Now, before we get started with anything, we want to send a big thank you to Phil, also known as Phil E., for sending us a lovely package of beer and a Christmas card that has Jack Nicholson from The Shining saying, "Baby, it's cold outside." We love receiving beers, naturally. And Dylan received some cards as well.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And yeah, so big thanks. We're going to be drinking some beers from him and a few other beers as well that I got over Christmas break. Our first one we're drinking is called Soulshine from Bentonville Brewing. These are pretty much all going to be from Arkansas from Phil. And yeah, this is a nice Kolsch. Now,
I've been to Bentonville several times.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Well, I was born in Arkansas, so it's kind of around where I grew up.
Sure. Well, cheers, boys.
I am also drinking a Florida Seltzer by Untitled Art. It is a blood orange pomegranate.
This Kolsch is wonderful.
Yeah, they do beer pretty well down in Arkansas.
Maybe not education all the time, but...
Now, we specialize in a few things. Racism, crack, and the occasional craft beverage.
And also child labor.
And yes, we're announcing that for next year, Tyler will be the Dylan of the podcast. Dylan will be Brad, and I will just be hanging out. And I'll be just Sonic. Yeah, delicious Kolsch. Very nice.
That's an interesting one, really.
Before we jump into the news for this episode, the Dogcast is now, it's on a new... What is the term? Not a new feed. We have a new host, the Dogcast. We're no longer with Libsyn. We're going to be going through Spotify directly, which will save us a little bit of money.
Sure.
So if you're having trouble finding us on any of your streaming apps or anything, let us know. We'll make sure to get wherever we need to be. I think it should be a pretty seamless transition. And on the Dogcast Network this month, we're going to be covering Indiana Jones. Mm-hmm. So Popcorn Dogs is going to be doing it probably at least a 2-part series, and Raw Dogs will be covering The Great Circle. So to find all of the other shows, those links will be in our bios and in these episode descriptions. Check them all out. We're all on our own feeds now, and so make sure to check those out if you want to catch all of our Indiana Jones content. For today's episode, we're going to do the main news after our console critters. It just kind of seemed to flow better that way. So I'm going to just jump right into Chad Xbox, which is, of course, the best console. Xbox.
Truly superior. I think we've all learned this.
We'll start with Game Pass. Added in December, we got Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, which I prefer the original CTR, but they're all fun. EA Sports WRC, a game preview for Overthrown, Wild Frost, For the King 2, Hunt Showdown 1896, and Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. We'll talk about Great Circle today and another time. Coming soon, though, we have Carry On and Road 96 in January and Atomfall in March. That's what we know for sure. But in our main news, I'm going to take a big sip of my beer because it's so delicious real quick, though.
Main news. All right.
For Xbox, I got a little bit. For the next Xbox console and handhelds, Jason Ronald, who was integral in the design of the Xbox Series X and S, has been named VP of the next generation at Xbox. He will be attending the Future of Gaming handhelds in January, which seems to confirm Xbox is definitely doing something in the handheld market.
Smart, actually, though.
Everyone should get in the handheld market. PlayStation's dipping their toes back in with the Portal, and they're going to be, I don't know, if you can get a good handheld console that can do cloud streaming,
Yeah.
I think you'll be in business.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we can't fit those 200 gigabyte games onto a handheld yet.
No, not yet.
And according to Windows Central reporter Jez Corden, Microsoft is working on some sort of cross-platform Xbox guide to use across multiple gaming systems. Sources tell the outlet that this initiative is called Project Rainway. Yes, Xbox is also in the midst of their ad campaign, saying everything is an Xbox. So I think they're trying to get people kind of accustomed to Xbox not just being a console,
Right.
but like a brand, an idea.
The state of mind.
Eventually we will see an ad that with a PlayStation 5 or 6 and it'll say this is an Xbox because you'll be playing Xbox games on there as well.
I doubt Sony would let them do that, but
They'll say something clever like any system you can play the Xbox on is an Xbox.
it's going to be like,
And Nintendo will throw up.
well, it's going to be an ad that has lots of cuts, and it's like, but is this an Xbox? It's an Xbox. Is that an Xbox?
That's a toilet. And yes.
Yes, it's an Xbox. Is the dog an Xbox? Well, maybe not that.
No, and then they'll show a dog wearing an Xbox bandana. It's like, maybe.
So stupid.
Yeah, so we got a little bit more confirmation about the future of Xbox consoles. There's been massive Halo leaks, which the biggest single leak of Halo information ever. On Christmas Day, some 4chan poster leaked 90 gigabytes worth of Halo content, which is, of course, not the terabytes that we got of other, Nintendo Pokemon stuff this year, but it's from the Halo dig site, a group aiming to restore cut content to the Halo universe. They were assisting 343 for a long time, and I know that there was a lot of bad feelings about 343 from the Halo dig site, saying they were unpaid and expected to do a lot of work to help them, keep the history of Halo intact. This contains builds, tools, docs from various Halo titles. It's the first time there's a complete playable beta build of Halo 1,
Whoa.
the third-person one that was made for Macworld. Like, that whole thing is playable now on PC. You can go find it online if you want to do that, which is pretty cool. Every single weapon and vehicle is playable. Also, they found that there was a ton of emotes in that game. Like, you could make your Master Chief do various, straight up, Fortnite shit, which that's way ahead of its time in a weird way.
Well, what did it achieve? Are we talking multiplayer?
Well, I don't, it was a single player build, I think,
I
but
always think that's weird.
yeah, I mean,
who are you emoting to? You?
I'm so cool.
well, it's like when you,
Look at me do the thumbs up, guys.
it's like looking at the camera and winking a little bit.
I don't know.
If you ever want to break the fourth wall as Master Chief, I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
You do a Fortnite dance.
Well, it would even be before Fortnite dances. I don't know what the dances would
be
be
the Halo
back
dance.
in 1999.
The cha-cha slide.
Yeah,
They're doing the Macarena and the Cha-Cha slide.
Who's the guy who voiced Master Chief? What's his name again?
Steve Downs.
I saw a clip of him on Instagram Reels, and I wonder if it's included in the leaks. But they were like, "What was your favorite line from the game that maybe didn't get used, or a little secret?" And apparently, he had recorded a line because you remember how Dick Cheney shot that guy in the face. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he had a line where when you shoot somebody with a shotgun, occasionally, and he said they had buried it, but it would apparently still happened occasionally. You would hear Master Chief go, "Get Cheney'd."
that's funny.
There was, in this leaks as well, they found unused not the narrator, like the announcer that says multi-kill. They found unused dialogue from that.
Any of them funny?
I couldn't find them.
Really?
It's still very new, and there wasn't
Sure.
a ton of articles yet, but there's internal documents, including detailed campaign overviews, mission descriptions, environmental design documents. One particularly interesting find is a comprehensive mission breakdown showing the evolution of iconic levels and their gameplay elements. There's a Halo Reach boat level, which was deleted, Halo 3 Guardian Forest level, and Forerunner City level. I'm excited to read more about this. This is the kind of leaks that I think I have zero issues about. It's not new content. No. It's not spoiling anyone's work or jobs.
Nobody's making money off of it.
It's preserving history. Mm-hmm. Kind of the same reason like with Stanley Kubrick, he would delete and hide everything from all of his movies. And then after he passed, like some of his old boxes, they're like, these are some of like the scripts and some of the things. I'm super interested in reading, preserving history.
Sure.
It belongs in a museum.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost like a behind the scenes, like when you buy a DVD or a Blu-ray, you get that, behind the scenes bonus features. It's kind of like that, this leak feels like, because you do get to see all the cool shit that was like, oh, maybe we toyed around with this or we thought this would be cool, but we didn't use it.
I think
and like you said, it doesn't hurt anybody and it doesn't spoil anything.
Yeah, truly though, like what's there to spoil about Halo 2? It's just like, all right.
It's just fascinating to see the design stuff,
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not endangering anyone's jobs. And at this point, Halo Dig Site will not be working anymore with Bungie. But they also didn't want to or not with Bungie, but with 343, but they didn't really care to at that point anyways.
Well, it's not 343 anymore. It's Halo Studios.
Oh, yes, of course.
I just downloaded
That's just like you're no longer the Quinine Cowboy. Now you're the Juniper Jester. It's a new Dylan, folks. He's not the same old Dylan anymore.
I can be many things. No, I'm the soup du jour. That's my new nickname.
The soup du jour?
The soup du jour. I'm the soup of the day, baby.
That sounds
Get used
good.
to it.
I'll have that.
Tasty.
I'll take that. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Another beer.
Have I never announced that one?
No.
Okay.
Dylan, you have a new name every day. We quit paying attention, to be honest.
It's fine.
Canonically, I've just been calling you the hot sauce hottie.
Oh, that's good too, though.
That's really good too.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
You
can have it.
Just Sonic with the win again. That's the classic Just Sonic sound.
Just Sonic.
I've been doing that a lot lately. I think it might be my new thing. I don't know. 32's got me feeling weird, guys. I got this special energy.
Yeah,
dude. Your first joke was about racism. Like, this is a new Tyler, everyone.
Oh, we got bold horizons. I just had to choke back a Cortana tits joke during that whole thing.
Oh, so did I.
Dude, you used to be Cool Ranch, but now you're Spicy Cool Ranch.
Oh yeah,
blazing, flaming hot Cool Ranch, the best flavor of Cool Ranch.
I got another beer for us.
Frost tip my hair and be flaming hot lemon.
This is a beer.
Your long hair.
Yeah.
You're just gonna spike it up. You're just walking
You ever seen
around.
Power Man 5000?
Yeah. Bart Simpson looking ass. Just
What beer we got?
I got another beer. This one I brought from Yankton, South Dakota. It's called Kenny Pepper. It's from Ben's Brewing Company.
Whoa, creative Ben.
And it's an ale. It's an ale with jalapenos.
Oh, I like that.
We removed the seeds and roasted jalapenos just for this light and easy cream ale. Big aromas and flavors with an approachable level of heat. Enjoy.
I mean, you are talking to the Pepperman.
It does have a good hint of jalapeno when you smell it.
I took one sip of this
roast.
and I said, ooh, Dylan's going to want to try this.
You can really taste the fire roasted jalapeno.
I thought I was going to hate it. I thoroughly enjoy it.
I get no heat.
No, it's just the flavor.
Like you get the aroma and that
if it's not
roasty,
made
peppery smell.
Without the seeds,
flavor?
jalapenos are generally, unless they're in a fresh state, not very spicy.
Is it true that the seeds are what make it spicy?
So it's the acid content usually. So when you roast something down, it boils out a bunch of that.
Yeah.
So
I love this beer. I agree with Dylan though, not the most original name, Ben.
This is a fine beer. I've done so much pepper work that I'm like, I don't know.
The beer's name is Kenny Pepper. Like, what is that?
Must have known a man named Kenny Pepper.
They call him Kenny Pepper.
Honestly, I'm not a terribly big fan of this, but I like the attempt.
I'd like the heat if there was heat, but there's no heat.
Yeah, I like a spicy beer.
I like a little bit of spicy. There's a Dogfish Head, or is it Dogfish Head? I don't know. It's got a fish on it. It's got habanero pepper, but it's way too fucking spicy. And
that's what I want.
You can find it at most like craft beer, like liquor stores. But we make one at Ope, the habanero.
I had that. Yeah,
it's got just the right amount of heat, like where you feel like a little bit of a burn, but it doesn't linger with you.
that's a good winter beer because it it warms you up.
Yeah,
I've only ever experienced one beer that was too spicy to just drink regularly, and that was at Indeed Brewing. They made a ghost pepper version of Shenanigans, and when I was bartending there, we were supposed to tell people not to order more than a half quart at a time because it was that aggressive.
Really? Shit blood, probably.
I fucking loved it.
Paired with the alcohol, you'll probably end up shitting blood. You'll get a polyp or something.
Speaking of shitting blood, I have nothing.
Segues are weird.
Last bit of Xbox news. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is out. Game is a big success, big hit.
Smash hit.
Reviews are mostly positive. I will share my thoughts a little bit later.
That's fine.
Up next, we have our resident Ninfrendo.
True enough. You know, you thought there'd be nothing to say, but here we are. So, with the online service, we're getting Tetris for the NES and Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color. Wow. Way to go all out, Nintendo. Perfect. By the way...
Swinging for the fences.
Oh, by the way, I did see what the leaked Switch 2 looks like.
Oh, really?
Does it look like a Switch 1?
It looks exactly like a Switch 1. But it's a little more sleek and elegant. That's basically it.
Does it have a bigger screen?
Yeah, slightly. It's maybe an inch bigger all around, something like that.
Hey, an inch
bad.
goes a long way.
It's true. I'm a bit of a size queen. I like that Portal, baby. That screen is a good size. So Switch finally beats the PlayStation 2 in the United States of America. Well-known
God
industry.
bless that country, dude.
God, fuck yeah, dude. That's actually kind of amazing.
God, fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. God, goddamn, fuck yeah.
God, fuck yeah, dude is my new
fuck
favorite
yeah, dude.
Dylan saying.
God, fuck
That's
yeah,
up there
dude.
with God is dead, eat ass.
That's gonna work for me. You know,
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
gonna-
get that on a t-shirt.
I'm going to get a t-shirt for sure.
God, fuck yeah, dude.
God, fuck yeah, dude. I like it. I didn't even know it was funny until I had it repeated to me. Sometimes I just say shit. Well-known industry analyst Matt Piscatella is reporting that data from the market research company Circana suggests the Nintendo Switch has now outsold the PlayStation 2 in the United States, which is pretty wild. Why not Japan? Or do they not even analyze that?
PlayStation 2 is fucking huge in Japan.
I know it was big.
It hasn't eclipsed worldwide numbers yet.
No, it's not. Yeah,
It's close.
it's true.
Yeah, that's still super impressive.
Nintendo has dropped a list of the top 30 games downloaded on the Switch eShop in Japan. The top 5. Number 5, going down. Monster Hunter Rise. Good game. Played it. Number 4, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Very good game. And no surprise, Dragon Quest is huge in Japan.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about that game.
It's a beautiful, beautiful game. Overcooked 2.
Oh, now
Interestingly
we talking.
enough. A game called Exit 8. I don't know what that is.
Me neither, dude.
don't
It's
know,
some
man.
Japanese game that didn't make a splash over here.
Rest
And
Stop
then-
Simulator or something like that.
You would love that game.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Just taking a shit simulator. And you're playing it while taking a shit.
Dude, you make a sim, I'm going to play it.
Well, and in the sim, you're playing a version of the game too.
Yeah.
And the last one is Suika game.
Say that again?
Suika.
Some Japanese stuff.
Suika game.
Yeah.
Wait, it's game too?
Suika game.
I'm wondering if it was like free or something. Yeah.
It's got to be a free to
I
play.
wasn't sure if you'd know about it.
No. I honestly have not touched my Nintendo Switch probably. Well, no, I had a friend over and we played some Mario Party, but before that, I probably hadn't touched it in 7 months. Like even touched it.
Yeah, I haven't. Mine has been dead in its case for like 3 months now. I had a friend come over. We played some Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like, actually, maybe longer. It was like late summer, early fall.
Well, Nintendo's lagging.
I played a lot of Switch over the weekend on the way to South Dakota and back.
It makes sense though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my Steam Deck has just been my go-to portable device. Poor battery life, but I'll tell you, it gets you over that hill.
Yeah.
If you're feeling really bored, man, I'll tell you what, playing Infinite Wealth at the laundromat, time goes by like that.
Something about that just seems right too.
It feels awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've used my Portal a fair bit, but I have Balatro and old school RuneScape on my phone now.
Oh,
And since I
really?
got the
Oh,
Z Fold,
God.
it's actually pretty good for gaming.
RuneScape, more like Run Escape.
Dude, I'm digging it. I got a friend on there now.
Really?
Yeah, one of my
Are
coworkers.
you guys going to get married?
No, I got burned on that. I got swindled out of some golden tiaras when I was like 12.
Oh, man.
I've learned my lesson.
I think it
What are the
changed you,
golden
though. You
tiaras
grew up
do?
a lot that day.
I did.
You learned love can bite.
Yeah, I learned that like whatever her name was, Purple Rose 65 was probably a middle-aged dude just trying to swindle me out of stuff.
Oh, hi, can I have some of your stuff, Tyler?
And I was like, anything for you, baby.
Anything for you, baby. That was my 12-year-old Tyler impersonation.
It's not far off.
What do you got, Dylan?
Dylan's revving up.
No, I was thinking about you in the shower today.
I'm ready to give you all my gold. It's a sign of our love.
Baby, I love your polygons.
Oh, how I wish we could get naked in this game.
What's up, Spartacus?
Hey, this is Spartacus Plus Premium Super Ultra PlayStation guy. I'm gonna come up with an actual name at some point, but I like
that.
I like all the adjectives
So do I.
or nouns. I don't know what they are.
Some of them are nouns.
Some of that for both.
This is PlayStation news. Added to Plus in December, Sonic Frontiers, which
A good game.
I'm pretty psyched about because it means I'll actually play a Sonic game. But no, this game actually got pretty good reviews.
It's really good.
I'm excited to give Sonic a try. Another game that I'm going to play just for the corniness, Forspoken.
Oh, I hear that one's pretty weird.
From what I've seen, like streamers play, the combat gets a little repetitive after a while, but it's not bad. It's the dialogue and the story, and like it's just kind of super corny.
I watched Oni Plays is one of my favorite YouTubers that I fall asleep to.
Yeah.
And he played Forspoken, and I was just like, this is perfect. I don't have to pay attention to this. I'm gonna fall asleep.
I watched Luke Stevens play it, and I was like, this is just as good as playing the game, I think. But if it's free, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Rabbids Party of Legends, WRC Generation. What could that stand for?
World Racing Club.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at you.
I don't know if that's right. Sounds
It's got some pretty gnar reviews. So
It's
got a 6 out of 10 from IGN.
Gnar. Do you use
which
gnar?
means-
You use gnar as bad,
Like gnarly. Yeah. Gnarly is
It's
generally
good.
it can be good.
but you said 6 out of 10, which doesn't sound too gnar.
Gnarly doesn't have to be good though.
No.
I feel like if you say gnar, that's
If you
bad,
ever watched
and
Bam
gnarly is
Margera
good.
growing up, you know gnar is good, dude.
When you hit a sick kickflip, they're like, dude, that was gnarly, dude.
And that does not mean 6 out of 10. That means 10 out of 10.
Hey,
gnar.
I don't care about those fucking hippies in California. I read a dictionary and I know what gnarly means.
He's from Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he sounds stupid.
he has a castle. Castle Bam.
And major drug problems.
Yeah, he's not doing great.
What else you got, Tyler?
I got a
Joke's on
Fist Forged in Shadow Torch.
That's actually a pretty decent game. I've played that.
I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 10 on its title, though.
Yeah,
It's really bad.
I watched some videos about Fist on the internet.
It's good.
yep.
You
Moving
mean
on.
like the porn category?
What? What else we got?
Jurassic World Evolution 2,
Oh boy,
Coffee Talk, and Coffee Talk Episode 2.
those are good games.
Little dating sims.
It's more just like a socialization sim.
It's weird.
That's really all it is.
I just try and socialize in real life. Neither are successful.
Yeah.
A Space for the Unbound, which I've never even heard of.
That is a good game.
Yeah.
That's a very good video game. It made me cry.
is
Oh, wow.
When we do these like added in PlayStation Plus and Game Pass, to me it's just like an experiment in what's the stupidest names they can come up with, or what they can get away with. Because I don't know, gaming titles all just kind of blend together to me, and then Dylan will tell me whether or not they're actually good.
You would really love A Space for the Unbound.
I'll check it out.
Specifically.
It's free, so I got time. I don't have time, but I have the capability. Biped and Pogs.
Or Fogs.
PHOGS exclamation point.
Or P-Hogs.
Fogs. It could be like pH fat, you know?
Is it a mix between a frog and a hog?
Yep.
I'm just imagining. It probably has like a dumb mascot.
P-Hogs. I don't know. Maybe it was a game made in Arkansas.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'll take a look. You can keep going, Tyler.
Also added in December for premium, Sly 2 and 3. Jack and Daxter 1, which
Whoa.
I'm pretty psyched. That's going to be nostalgic for me. And for VR, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, that's the VR one.
Fogs looks like a version of Cat Dog which is two dogs though.
There's something erotic about that.
That's not what I thought initially, but now sure. I don't know. Maybe it's like
It's a big cock dog.
Somebody play Pogs, and let us know what they think.
Okay.
In Spartacus PlayStation news, last month it was discussed that Sony intended to buy Kadokawa.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, nailed it. The parent company from Software, which could have wide-reaching implications for the Souls game creators and community. This month, it was announced that Sony entered a new alliance with Kadokawa and bought 12 million new shares, about $320 million worth in the company. It is now the largest shareholder, but not the owner of the company, with approximately 10% of the shares.
Good news. Good news.
Yeah, they can keep some autonomy there. I like that. In the future, the two companies plan to discuss specific initiatives and collaborations, such as initiatives to adapt Kadokawa's IP into live-action films and TV dramas globally, co-produce anime works, expand global distribution of Kadokawa's anime network through the Sony Group, further expand publishing of their games, and develop human resources to promote and expand virtual production.
Sony wants rights to the Dark Souls anime series.
And they're willing to do anything to get it.
They want to make Elden Ring live-action movie
God.
starring
Kraven the Hunter.
starring Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jack Black.
Starring Jack Black as Elden.
Guys, I can't believe it. I'm the Elden Lord. Let's go.
Yeah, so I like that they're not like fully buying it. I do like that. The 30th anniversary wallpapers and themes were released for the PlayStation, which was
A weird surprise. You turn on your PlayStation and it just auto.
dude, I was floored, man. Like,
You guys been enjoying it?
yeah, and I had no
fun.
idea it was about to happen. I turned on my PlayStation and I was like doing something else, and I heard the old school like load up.
Yeah.
And I looked at the screen, and I was like, it almost brought a fucking tear to my eye.
What was the theme you selected?
Oh, I went back to the original.
Okay.
I like the PlayStation 5 layout.
Oh, you kept the PS5 layout. I went for PS2.
Same.
The sound effects are just so nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I like the way my icons look, and they're easy. And I just associate it with quickness and ease.
I just want the load up to be the same. I don't need the theme to be the same, because I have a really cool Messmere theme from a photo I took in the game,
Oh, nice.
and I don't want it like it's like ruining it, because it's like
It's ruining it.
I can't see my boy. Yeah, so if you didn't know, as part of the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, Sony released themes based on the previous consoles to be used on your PS5. These change the background, boot up sounds, and sound effects for your preferred PlayStation console for a limited time, but people are clamoring for it to be a permanent option. Still available as the time of recording on December 29th. Get it now under the settings, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. I think it's a really cool little 30th anniversary thing.
I think Sony would be boneheaded not to at least allow people to spend $3 to buy whatever theme they prefer. People want it. They might pay for it.
It's certainly possible.
I got one other beer for us from South Dakota. This one is from Remedy Brewing in Sioux Falls. This is the Queen Bee, an Imperial Honey Cream Ale. It features...
Love me a cream ale.
It features wildflower honey from South Dakota, from Dakota Honey Company. You'll never know that this easy drinking ale clocks in at 7.3%.
Yeah, it doesn't taste boozy at all. I do enjoy it.
It doesn't taste boozy at all.
Yeah, I
No,
like this one too.
Very light.
Yeah.
And then the last piece of PlayStation news that I got is for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. PC modders apparently have our director
You can do it. I believe in you.
We believe in you, Tyler.
Naoki Hamaguchi.
Naoki.
Naoki Hamaguchi.
Naoki.
Thank you.
Hamaguchi-san.
He appealed to modders and players to show some restraint. The PC version arrives January 25th.
the news articles for this were popping up on my Google, and it just shows Tifa and Aerith in swimsuits, and it says the director pleads for PC modders to show a little restraint.
Oh God, they're gonna have a field day.
Sorry, I've seen the Bioshock Infinite ones.
I can't wait to get the Barrett bottomless mod.
Oh, hell
Oh yeah.
Or Red 13 with realistic genitalia.
I'm gonna.
Damn hog's out.
Damn, that line's backing.
I'm gonna mod it to just do like whenever your Sims would take a shower and you just have the blur over all their private parts, and I'll just play the whole game that way.
Nothing sexier than that.
You're going to mod Cloud's head to be your head.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
With
could see
with
that.
frosted lemon lime tips.
Flamin' hot lemon. Yoshinori Kitase.
We'll give you a 7 out of 10.
Sweet.
I'll give that an 8.
Said in a recent statement that the sales numbers for Rebirth have not been disappointing as previously speculated, but there is a need for the series to become multi-platform. Yeah, let more fucking people play it.
It's fucking smart.
I'm not a huge fan of exclusivity on consoles. I do enjoy that PlayStation has some really heavy hitters and some of my favorite games, but I mean, I get it, but I would like everybody to be able to play all the games.
I think with how much it costs to make games these days, companies are realizing getting them on multiple consoles is only going to be better. Even if, I mean, Square at least isn't owned by Sony, so they can kind of do what they want. But I mean, the fact that Microsoft is like, yeah, Indiana Jones will probably make it to PlayStation at some point, and I think that's an okay thing. And I like the model of timed exclusives.
That's fine.
That's great. Let Sony still get the first Final Fantasy VII stuff, and then 8 months later, let PC and Xbox get it. Switch will never be able to handle it. Maybe Switch 2. We'll see.
I doubt it.
Yep, Switch 2 is going to be outdated before it's released.
I know. It's just kind of like how the Steam Deck is a little outdated now.
In our main news, we're going to start off with Balatro news because we love Balatro here.
Yeah, I've bought it twice.
Balatro has passed more milestones with 3.5 million copies sold. Just yesterday, Balatro broke its concurrent player record on Steam with 38.5 thousand.
Holy shit.
And that's just on Steam, let alone people that are playing it on mobile and,
I was
consoles.
playing it last night on my phone.
I find the phone version to be better than the console version. I played a decent amount on Switch, and just it doesn't look as good as it does on mobile for some reason. Yeah,
Brighter screen, crisp, smaller, pixelation.
On my Z Fold, it's fantastic.
Really?
The screen's so fucking big.
Local Thunk has recently been getting quite sassy on social media as well, in a good way. Shortly after its release, back in the day, European ratings board PEGI changed its ratings to 18 and older due to prominent gambling imagery. And at the time, Local Thunk was like, this is a surprise. We're upset. We're going to try and take care of this. It was originally rated, 3 and older by PEGI. Balatro, of course, includes no gambling whatsoever, unlike almost every sports game these days, which are littered with microtransactions. And those are all given a 3+ rating. All of those fucking microtransaction sports games, 3 years and older. PEGI's got no... they're not averse to actual gambling, but when it comes to Balatro, for some reason, they think the imagery is just so bad.
A game that is just a complete package on its own, relatively cheap.
With no gambling.
No gambling. Addictive as hell, but not a shred of gambling to be had.
It's got as much gambling as fucking Solitaire.
Yeah.
There are also literal poker and casino games that are rated as 12 years and older.
Funny.
What the fuck, Peggy? Local Thunk on December 18th talked with Peggy, and they do not see anything wrong with Balatro being rated 18 and older, nor with EA Sports FC and similar games having a 3+ rating. Blaming EU laws, storefronts waiting for the future, sitting on their hands. I thought some good might come of this, but this just sucks.
If you can't afford to buy that type of privilege, I think that's the problem.
And then he has said before, or I think Local Thunk is a man, I don't know, but they have said they have no issues if they want Balatro to be rated 18 years and older. They have issues with them letting gambling games being rated 3 years and older.
Yeah.
Then the Balatro account responded to Local Thunk's post and said, well, if we're going to be rated this, when are we allowed to use our single F-bomb in the game? What is it, like the club always fucking wins?
Yeah.
And someone responded, you should just put it, instead of nope, just put fuck.
Yeah.
When the game was released, Local Thunk also explicitly said that the IP will never be licensed to casinos. They are completely against gambling.
Smart.
Yep. A live action trailer.
Someone had a deadbeat dad or a mom.
A live action trailer for Balatro starring Ben Starr as Jimbo revealed a new Friends of Jimbo set. Ben Starr is the voice of Clive Rossfield in Final Fantasy 16. If you saw the live action Balatro trailer, which is kind of fun. It shows like weird graphic images of him eating a banana, like just fucking flashing on the screen. It's very weird, which I'm glad they're leaning into like
The absurdity
of it.
The psychedelic kitsch.
I don't know if I mentioned this beer, the Queen Bee. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
It's pretty
good.
mild.
Yeah, it's very light.
I wouldn't say it blows me away, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's kind of mild, a little too sweet. Sega and subscription services. Sega has had an amazing year with titles like Metaphor, ReFantasio, and Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Speaking with BBC recently, President Shuji Utsumi revealed that the company is considering its own subscription service for its games. This means they could join the likes of EA and Ubisoft with their own paid subscription format.
Oh, get the fuck
Gross.
out of here.
I'm not surprised.
I can't see that working in Sega's favor.
On December 6th, they delisted over 60 titles on digital storefronts.
What?
I don't think this is going to go well. I mean, does Sega really have that big of an impact?
Well, maybe it'll be like the EA thing where if you buy the nice version of Game Pass, they throw in the EA subscription as well.
Yeah.
And Sega might just get lumped in, but they'll also be able to get possibly more of a cut for licensing their games out.
I don't like this, and I think it's a stupid move.
I don't like this. I don't think it's a stupid move. I think Sega is following trends, and they have enough games that people would pay for, especially with the success of the Sonic movies. They'll be able to just put Sonic behind a subscription service. Access to all the Sonic titles, $7 a month. Start it low. People subscribe. You raise your prices. Is fucking tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Tales as old as time. Dude, I fucking got you, sucker.
That was awesome.
You mean Miles?
Miles Tales Prower.
That was really good, Dylan. Give me some knuckles on that.
Amy Rose. Yeah.
I got nothing cool to say.
Vector.
Yeah.
Vector the alligator.
Cummy the crocodile.
Speaking of Sonic, real
crocodile.
quick, I watched the dance scene from the third one.
There's a dance scene in the third one.
Yeah, with Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey and Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey and Jim Carrey.
Is it cool?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But there is one moment where he's like, I'm gonna push the button or something, and it's 2 close-up shots of him, and it legitimately frightened me.
Really?
The imagery was scary.
Were you high?
No, I was stone sober, but I was like, that's creepy.
Speaking of the Sonic 3 film, another hit at the box office.
Surely.
Critically lauded as well. 87% fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes. People like these movies.
I didn't think they could beat number 2. I think 2 is a great movie.
I haven't seen. Did I see 2? I might have watched 2 half-assedly one time.
I'll tell you what, though, that Knuckles TV show rocks world. It's so fucking funny and good.
I'm glad Idris Elba found an animal that fits better for him other than my cavity.
Honestly, I think he's great in both parts.
Dude, he leans into Knuckles so hard. Like when you see interviews with him, he's like,
cool.
"Oh, Knuckles is the best, dude."
Yeah.
I love Idris Elba, man.
He brings the heat in that show too, because ostensibly he's the main character alongside Adam Pally, and they are a perfect comedic duo. It's like he's like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, but a better version of it.
Yeah, I want to see the Sonic 3 film too, and also Jim Carrey.
I'll take it wherever I can get it.
Any crazy Jim Carrey performance, I'll sign up for.
Yeah, it's crazy that he chose this film to like kind of come out of retirement because he was perfectly content being a nihilistic painter for a long time.
Well, he was in Sonic 1.
Yeah, well, no, the Sonic franchise I'm saying
okay,
is
yeah.
kind of what brought him out of it.
Yeah.
Didn't his kids like it, and that's why he started?
Something like that.
He's gotten kind of more introspective in his older age too. I like his interviews where he talks about like The Grinch, and I've seen him just talking about his old films, and I like the guy. I don't know. I know he had some controversies, but I don't know.
Yeah, he had
about
some
that.
controversy and some tragedy.
anti-vax, so
Yeah, he had a rough go at stuff, I think.
Sonic 4 has been confirmed, aiming for a spring 2027 release. And
No surprise there.
spoilers for the ending of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Skip 30 seconds ahead if you don't want to know. The ending features Amy Rose and Metal Sonic in the post credits.
whoa. Okay.
I haven't seen I haven't not seen a single Sonic film so far, but I think I'm just
Give him a
I
shot.
think I'm gonna marathon.
The
them.
first one is the worst. It's still good,
It's still good.
but it almost sucked.
It almost sucked.
They kind of became
Pulled out of a tail dive.
a Tails dive.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Man, we are on it today.
Did we
folks.
all three get a Sonic pun in there?
I stole Dylan's and reused it, but yeah, we'll take it. You guys ready for more Sonic news?
Hell yeah, dude.
Sonic is joining DC Comics.
Oh, that's cool. It was IDW for a while, I think, and now it's going to go to DC. That's cool.
In September, it was announced that a collaboration would transport Team Sonic into the DC universe. There will be monthly crossover comics published all the way through 2026.
Oh, Icky, what? So it's going to be Superman and Sonic?
In a new video, it was revealed that these will feature iconic Sonic characters in various DC roles. So they're not teaming up with them, they are them. Okay.
The Flash for Sonic.
Shadow is Batman.
Okay, works.
I can see the connection they made there.
Sonic is the Flash,
Okay.
which makes sense. Silver is the Green Lantern.
Okay, Silver the Hedgehog.
Amy as Wonder Woman. Knuckles as Superman. And Tails as Cyborg. Which seems more of a Robin role to me. And the fact that Rouge is not given any role is disheartening.
Catwoman.
Yeah, that's right there.
Yeah.
Titty fuck the Catwoman.
Yeah, titty fuck.
Hey yo.
Check.
You love Rouge the Bat.
For understanding that horrible joke, go back to our first episode on Sonic the Hedgehog. We did number 2.
Don't tell me you wouldn't titty fuck Rouge the Bat. Don't tell me.
And this brings us to the Game Awards, which happened this year. Surprisingly, a great show.
Yeah.
A little long.
Single-handedly got me super hyped because I was at work and the Witcher 4 trailer dropped and I took a break. I got the text from the Discord like, oh, wow, Witcher 4. And then I turned to everybody that I was bartending with and I said, I'm going to need like 10 minutes. And I went into the office and watched the trailer.
And you know what the trailer is? No gameplay. Nothing that'll show what the game actually is going to be like. It just shows. I don't know. I have an issue with like those concept visual trailers.
No,
it's fine. It's cool that they announced.
Like them.
It's cool they announced Ciri as the protagonist.
That's the big thing. Because everybody kind of felt like going into The Witcher 4, you were going to get like a cyberpunk kind of build your own Witcher because Geralt's story pretty neatly wraps up in the third one.
They teased that a little while ago. Like I
the
would say
wolf
2 or
and
3 like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was the pendant in the snow, but
Yeah.
it's clearly Ciri's pendant. And I knew Ciri was going to be the protagonist. This was not a surprise to me.
I was hoping so, but the subreddit and everything I read on Reddit really started, especially after Phantom Liberty was a success. They were really leaning into the like build your own Witcher, and I'm just psyched that it was Ciri. Plus, the trailer was very entertaining.
Again, I would give me gameplay trailers or give me death. It's a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
I also didn't need an Elder Scrolls 6 fucking logo trailer.
How long ago was that? 5 years ago?
It was over 5 years ago.
Yeah.
There's nothing released from the game yet.
That was like 2018 that came out.
Witcher
God.
might be coming out 2027 or 2028.
Yeah. I figured as much. It's just
buckle
cool
up.
to see Ciri again, and I'm excited.
Yeah, and then that got a lot of backlash too, because apparently women can't age.
I do not understand people that get upset over female protagonists not being hot enough.
I don't know. I don't think that was the issue. She was fine.
She was beautiful.
I saw
She's
so
hot.
much
She's just
backlash.
tough.
Yeah, look.
I have an issue with people that are upset.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna say I thought she was perfectly attractive.
Yeah. I mean, like,
She looked fine, and she's a strong, independent woman that ain't need no girl.
I mean, if anything, I'd prefer it if Geralt looked like me, about 30 pounds overweight. didn't work out this year.
If you're listening,
50 pounds here.
if you're listening to this and you have a problem with the way Siri looked or the way Alloy looked or whatever female protagonist you want to pick, you need to look in the mirror and you need to look long and hard.
I agree. No, I totally agree with you. It's
I look round and hard.
this weird misogyny thing, and it's so strange that people have such a diluted sense of reality that they can't see that people look like human beings. You go out into the world, you're not going to find 90% of them attractive. You're going to say, that's just a normal person. Why do you need like your own little masturbatory eye candy every time you turn on your fucking video game system? It's just so, the sense of entitlement is just through the fucking roof.
Yeah. Some recent Game Awards recaps.
Okay.
2022.
Sorry, that was a tangent.
No, that's okay. I got us back on course. 2022, there was Stage Invaders with Bill Clinton references. We all remember this during the Elden Ring acceptance speech.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that little kid is like podcasting or no, he's doing like Twitch streaming. Fuck that little kid. He's annoying as shit now.
Honestly, a great business move for the kid.
Being annoying sells.
And they also tried to force Christopher Judge off stage with music.
Oh,
and
that's right.
He rightfully ignored them and spoke as long as he wanted because he was having a tearful acceptance speech for something that mattered to him. You don't rush people off stage. But since he did go long, everything else was rushed that year. So they were more careful next year. 2023, strict time limits and beefed up security. Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year and was given almost no time to accept the award.
It's crazy. Game of the Year. It's so nuts.
Here's 40 seconds. So this year, Jeff Keighley, I mean, I went in expecting nothing, and I think the Game Awards made a lot of really good changes this year.
Well, it's what, like 11 years old now? What was this one?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean...
I only started paying attention in 2022, but...
Yeah, but they're learning, you know?
Yeah.
Putting on a live show is hard, and you don't have, Jimmy Fallon there to help you out.
I could not have been more bored about the announcer at the beginning.
I love
where she was just rattling off names of esports players. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
At this point, I look forward to her. I'm like, bring her back. What's she gonna fucking wear this year, dude?
What if they get the Nintendo girl? You know, the girl that talks like we're all like kindergartners?
Babies?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Game Awards. Actually, that sounded more like the one that they currently have.
She was fine.
I thought she was good. But
she really knows how to read.
This year, they directly addressed layoffs multiple times. Mm-hmm. They talked about the tribulations of working the game industry. They acknowledged shit that's bad. And they didn't tiptoe around it and tried to paint everything as nice. They brought Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets to make fun of Jeff Keighley on stage.
That's a bold move.
Dude, give me that shit. They're like, he's good friends with Kojima. Does Kojima know?
Yeah. That was a really good impression.
And they cut to Kojima and he's just looking confused because he doesn't speak English.
He does.
Kind of.
What if he's super fluent and he's just been fooling us all this entire time?
I would expect that from him, yes.
Amir Satvat, winner of the Game Changer Award, accepted this award in response to his work in helping laid off developers find work again.
That made me cry.
And he had, it was awesome they gave him time.
Yeah.
And he went up there and was talking about how the game industry is in a bad spot and people need to care for the people that work in it. And I saw Phil Spencer sitting front row just kind of looking a little pissed off.
That was kind of fun.
And he had to sit there and watch.
He had to eat shit for a little while.
He had to watch Sony.
Here's your dinner, Phil.
Game of the Year, they're talking about what the Baldur's Gate 3 guys talking about layoffs, and Phil Spencer's just fucking...
He's like, the game is done when it's done, and it turns out that when you treat people with respect, they tend to give you a better product.
Yeah.
And then Sony wins Game of the Year, and thanks Nintendo. The whole thing was funny to me. But there were for awards for the winners. Helldivers 2 won Best Ongoing Game and Multiplayer Game.
I have recently been playing Helldivers 2 again because they just did a big update.
New alien species.
Yeah, the Illuminate are back. There's vehicles in the game now.
Okay.
And they actually, since the last time I played, they just patched it to where the vehicles are a stratagem that you can call in. You don't have to find them.
Oh, that's cool.
The game is incredible.
It's fun.
I am having such a good time playing it. I also have 3 other friends, so we have a full party.
Oh, that rules.
That play like 1 to 2 times a week now for 5 to 6 hours.
Holy shit.
Like we go hard.
Yeah, apparently.
Usually on Monday nights.
Earn your little super bucks.
Yeah, I have not paid money for any of the like the passes that
War
you
bonds?
get, the war bonds.
I've paid for those.
I am really close to paying for one because I
Don't
want
do
it. No, but I earn all my currency in game for democracy.
We have another beer. This one is again from Phil. This is from Lost 40 Brewing out of Little Rock, Arkansas. It's called Easy Tiger. It's a Mexican style lager.
It's good.
I've been to Lost 40. I really like that place.
Oh, nice.
They got some good beers. I was actually born kind of in the suburb of Little Rock.
It's like they made the beer just for you.
I love Mexican lagers.
I love Mexican lagers.
That crispness. Yeah.
There's something like so just like you could put down probably 12 of these in one go if you really wanted to fuck up your life.
Sometimes I do.
I have. I've been known to.
Packers play at 3:00. I'm gonna be drunk by 9.
And Minnesota is putting fake snow in the whatever their dome is now. And not only that, they're handing out hand warmers. It's a fucking indoor stadium.
Yeah, maybe be big boys and play outside like we do in Green Bay.
It's just funny that they're pretending it's cold.
If the Vikings lose this game, they're kind of fucked.
They're still doing better than us.
Well, we clinched a playoff spot, but they could take the division. It's a big game for Minnesota.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth won Best Score in Music, only award it won. I did want to call out John Eric Bentley is in the long list for performers in a supporting role for the BAFTAs. Good chances he'll make the short list and get one of the 5 nominations. I think he had the best performance in the game, and the fact that they just gave it to Aerith, I thought was pretty lame.
I find her actively annoying.
I agree. I didn't find her character exciting. I don't care for the performance.
Her voice is too put on. It doesn't sound natural.
And that fake, like, I'm a badass.
Oh, yeah.
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, a game that did not perform well commercially, won Best Audio Design and Best Performance to Melina Juergens as the main role.
It was really interesting seeing her not as Senua. I was like, holy shit. She looks like amazing, but like, I'm also like, whoa, no fucking way.
Yeah. I remember watching when they came out with that first kind of cinematic trailer where it was like the close-up shot of her face and they were showing just like how well the engine was running.
Yeah, like the face mapping and shit.
Yeah, and then seeing what she looked like, I was like, that is super fucking impressive. I'm glad she won, though. She really deserved that.
She did.
Yeah.
She did a great job.
A small team putting out a high-quality product like that, that is a fantastic game.
That's a feat.
Black Myth Wukong won Best Action Game and Player's Voice, which is essentially player's decision for Game of the Year.
That game was like a big fucking hit.
That game is super fucking fun.
I still haven't played it.
It's kind of like a Souls-like.
It's basically a Souls-like.
Yeah, but in my opinion, it kind of got easier as I kept going because you end up
You
using
get some pretty broken abilities.
Yeah.
You know. The beginning is pretty tough, actually.
that desert section was kind of tough.
I stopped playing after a little while because you know me, I'm like, I've played this before.
Yeah. The prison section pissed me off too.
I never got there.
The prison section's a slog.
Okay. With 3 awards, Metaphor ReFantasio.
What kind of game is that? Because I have not looked into it hardly at all.
It's an
Persona
RPG.
5.
It's Persona, but it's more Persona 4 if we really wanted to get specific.
I think, though, that kind of describes what it looks like and plays like a little bit. Like a Persona game.
Oh, sure, a Persona game,
Turn-based RPG.
It is essentially the Persona style.
My grandparents gave me some birthday money, and they told me to spend it on a video game because they know I like video games.
That's fun.
So I'm on orders from my grandfather to buy a video game, and I think I'm going to buy that one.
Metaphor is, we'll get to it later.
Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, and Best RPG.
Damn.
Does this suck having a birthday around Christmas?
You know, I never really knew any other way until I got into school because I was the oldest brother. But my parents did a really good job differentiating the day before Christmas and Christmas.
Okay.
No,
They both killed
Santa
it.
didn't bring you this.
is-
Tyler, this is from me.
Not that asshole.
I figured it out pretty quick too because when my mom would write from Santa, she would write cursive, and then when it was from Mom, it was in all capitals. And then I was like, "There's something fishy about that."
That's honestly more thought than I think most parents do.
But it looked weird to me because my mom never writes in all capitals.
Most kids are
Or no,
too
it was
dumb.
Santa was all capitals and Mom was cursive.
I wonder if we have any kids that listen to the show that aren't aware about Santa.
Hey, welcome to life.
I wonder. God is dead. Wait, God fuck yeah, dude.
God fuck yeah, dude. Goddamn fuck yeah, dude.
The other 3 award winner, Balatro. Best indie game, best debut indie game, which is a funny category to me. Fine.
Okay.
And best mobile game. If anyone else beat Balatro in best mobile game,
That would be intense. That'd be so weird.
I could understand Animal Well winning in other categories, but like best mobile game, that's reserved for Balatro.
I have played more old school RuneScape than Balatro lately, but that's the only 2 games I have on my phone.
Yeah, all you need.
Run it. It's pronounced Run Escape.
RuneScape.
And with 4 awards, we have Astrobot, Best Family Game, Action Adventure Game, Game Direction, and Game of the Year.
Astrobot swept.
Great
It's
game.
no surprise though. That game is like, it is a crossover hit in general. I don't know anyone who didn't see that first trailer and not say, I'm going to buy and or play this game.
I think it is a 10 out of 10 game. Yeah. I don't think, though, it's a Game of the Year game. I don't know. The mechanics are all great, and the design is all like very honed in and tight. To me, it's just a game that's half built on nostalgia, which makes it less than to me. Like could it stand on its own without that, and it would lose, I think, a lot of its maybe appeal, not its charm, because the game is charming, but it's just I don't know. There's something that makes it seem like it's less deserving than some of the other games in the category.
I didn't hate the fact that it won though. That's like not an issue for me. Like I didn't feel bad about it, and I wasn't like, what the fuck? Come on.
As long as it wasn't Shadow of the Erdtree winning, I was going to be happy, because that's the only one that really didn't deserve to be there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
DLCs do not belong there.
No, they don't.
Now we can talk about some of the announcements during the Game Awards. Witcher 4.
Yep, super psyched. I'm glad Ciri's the protagonist. We got a nice little cinematic trailer it looked beautiful. Like, I know it's just a cutscene. It has nothing to do with gameplay. But if you remember The Witcher 3, the opening cutscene with Yennefer in that battle is also super fucking dope. I don't know. I'm excited. There was I think the guy who played Geralt got in trouble because he said that he might be involved in the game, and then they came out and said that he's not involved with the game. But I'm very excited to see, especially since Ciri could be like one of the most powerful people on the face of the planet in the Witcher universe, playing as somebody with the Elder Blood.
She can like teleport and shit.
Dude, it's gonna be fucking gnarly.
Whoa.
And it looks like the trailer made it look like it could take place on Skellige, what's happening, because they have more of the Nordic tradition that's going on, and the Skellige portion of the game for The Witcher 3 was one of my favorite parts. So if they kind of lean into that, which wouldn't be any surprise with the way that Vikings and God of War and all the Nordic shit's been trending lately.
Yeah, dude, 2 years from now, I'm gonna fucking be excited.
I'm gonna be really
this game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like what they do with it, but I hope CD Projekt Red learned their lesson with Cyberpunk, and
I think they did.
The Witcher's in their wheelhouse. Like, you just expand and like improve upon what you did with The Witcher 3, make some awesome fucking DLC for it, and you got a slam dunk.
Pac-Man Shadow Labyrinth, a 2D action platformer with a genre-twisting alternate take. Play as swordsman number 8 as you are guided by a floating yellow orb called Puck. Discover a world of secrets, become the apex predator, and embrace your true purpose. Releasing 2025.
Yeah, and basically we saw a big commercial for it.
Dylan and I watched the secret level episode. I'm very hot on that little episode.
I think it's cool. I think it's really interesting.
It's such a ballsy take on Pac-Man.
It's so strange and different. And I keep picturing someone pitching this. It's insane. Who would go for it?
Yeah. Just the secret level. It's gory. It's got a lot of viscera. Having a otherworldly voice from a floating yellow orb saying your purpose is to eat.
Gnarly.
And then your whole thing is kill people and eat. And
I like it. I like it.
If you haven't seen that, check it out. A Metroidvania in like a dark Pac-Man universe. It's up to you to lose now, because I will play you. You have my attention, which is the toughest thing. Toughest thing to do with a Metroidvania is to get me to care about it, because there are a dime a dozen now.
There's a lot.
And
I played one recently.
Yeah, so excited for that. Rematch from Seafood developer. Rematch is a fresh take on football with third-person action, skill-based gameplay, and intense online competition. 5v5 matches.
What kind of football?
Soccer.
Okay.
Yeah. This looks cool. And it's not from like a sports developer. It looks like a party game.
That sounds cool.
It's weird that you said they mentioned you said
Third person action, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that you have to mention third person. Like, I can't imagine playing a sports game that would be any fun outside of maybe
person.
boxing in first person.
Baseball?
That'd be terrible.
Why?
Imagine playing center field and just like trying to track a little tiny dot in the sky.
I'd do it.
If
I'd be really good. I'd
if
be
it
really
said
good at
baseball
it.
simulator, I would do it. But if it was just called like first person baseball, I'd be like, get that garbage out of here. I don't need that.
Then we have 2 games that feature co-op action gameplay with a split right down the middle, which is funny that 2 different studios made this style of game. Split Fiction from the creators of It Takes Two.
That game looks pretty good.
I'm curious about both of them. They look great.
Where one likes sci-fi and one likes fantasy, and their worlds kind of collide, and they have to deal with it.
Is it split specifically for couch co-op, or is it online with a split
Both.
screen? Both. That's cool.
I'm not sure if that's the one you mean or the other one, Stage Fright. I get them confused too.
Split Fiction.
Well, because Stage Fright is from the developers of Overcooked, built from the ground up co-op experience, split down the middle with escape room-esque cooperation, play online, or better still, side by side.
I remember the first one. That second one I don't remember. So
Similar concepts. Either way, both from creators with good track records. So
it's fun.
that's cool. Gen Design, unnamed title from the creators of Eco, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian.
That got me a little horny.
No gameplay, but
No, but when I saw him climbing onto a big like stone robot and about to face down like
And
this giant wall of shit.
it climbs in up the robot and then it flies away in its head, which was really cool.
What the fuck? I mean, you can't really. I played a little bit of The Last Guardian after seeing that trailer, and that game is messy but still pretty fucking fun. Shadow of the Colossus though is this unimpeachable, like beautiful game that cannot be overlooked. Have you guys played Shadow of the Colossus?
I haven't played it since probably, in like 12 years, probably.
It's a little messy, but it's still one of those games that can blow you fucking away.
I remember all my friends were like, this is the best game I've ever played. And I rented it from Family Video. It might have even been longer. That was PlayStation 2, right? Yeah.
I was playing it on the PlayStation 4 streaming service, and it was laggy by about 4 frames or something.
That's not good for a game like that.
Became unplayable.
Yeah.
And I got through, I think, 3 of the Colossi, and I didn't finish it because of the streaming at the time.
didn't
Unfortunately.
You should finish it. It's great.
Well, all of those games I should probably play because they're all supposed to be pretty great.
Eco doesn't hold up as well, but Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian is worth a shot. It's free on PlayStation right now, so.
We got a new Game of Thrones game, King's Road.
Oh, that looks horrible.
Yes.
I didn't watch the trailer for that one yet.
Well, it doesn't really show any gameplay, I don't think. We don't know what it is. It's supposedly you play as a Northern bastard. We know that's true. You interact with Jon Snow, Cersei Lannister, Varys, and Jaime Lannister, and I'm sure other characters. You see a dragon. It seems to takes place during the 8th season of the show.
Wow.
So the worst.
Fuck that.
Worst time.
I don't like that.
Coming to fucking mobile in 2025.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know it was mobile.
It's probably
it actually
gonna be-
looks relatively like not awful.
I bet you any money there's no, like, it's just like, what's
Telltale.
it? Like Candy Crush with like cutscenes.
It kind of looks like that Witcher Thronebreaker or whatever that's called. You ever played that one? Should.
I was just getting Telltale vibes.
Yeah.
This is going to be cinematics, and you have like QTEs and decision time.
Well, they had the Telltale Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
was incredible. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I thought that sucked.
I thought it was dog shit.
I loved it.
I was playing it, and it was before a new episode came out, and this is a long time ago. My buddy Robbie came up. He's like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "I don't know, this Game of Thrones game." He's like, "Is it any good?" And I said, "No, I don't like this at all." He's like, "Why are you playing it?"
because
I'm a slave to this franchise and I need to finish this.
Have you seen my tattoos?
Okami.
Sequel. Oh my god.
Oh wow, really?
What were your thoughts when you heard
missed
this, Dylan?
I was pretty jazzed, but again, this is one of those cases where I knew there wasn't going to be gameplay. However, I got a very strong impression, get it, from the game trailer.
What?
Because now they're going into impressionism, like French impressionism, my favorite genre of art, period. Like, we got Degas, we got Monet. Like, it's going to be fucking awesome. And it just looks so painterly and nice. And I'm choosing not to get hyper excited for this because it doesn't exist at all yet. And there was no release date. So why the fuck would I, like, you know, why would I care?
We have a little bit of information. In development at Hideki Kamiya's new studio, Clovers, that just opened up recently, not long ago.
Clovers and not Clover Studio. That's cool.
Kamiya spoke in an interview with Den Feminico Gamer and spoke on the new studio, wants to make sure the investing cannot easily interfere with the company. So any investors, he wants to minimize any say they might have. Investors can supply funds only on a game-by-game basis. They can't invest in the studio as a whole.
What was his last game? Was it Bayonetta 3 2 years ago?
I'm not sure.
Because Bayonetta 3 rules. I think it's highly underrated.
Wants around 70 employees and has no desire to become a big studio of AAA games.
I love you.
You have our attention, and we eagerly await more information. We love you.
Take your time. Make it good.
Dude directed Okami, directed Resident Evil 4.
You can't.
No, Resident Evil 2. I forget.
4.
He did a lot of great games. Sure. And
he also did Devil May Cry.
We have another beer from Phil here. This one's called the Day Drinker. It's from Lost 40 Brewing as well. It's a Belgian-style blonde ale.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't like Belgian beers.
You don't like Belgian beers?
I generally don't.
Really?
I'll still drink it. It's not my style.
Nope, that's a miss from me.
I love this style.
It just comes, it's like a preference
like a vice.
thing.
It's like it's a vice. It's light. It's crispy. It's lemony. I like it.
Elden Ring Night Rain. A new Elden Ring game announced. If you want us to hear us talk about it for an hour, check out that episode of Elden Dogs, our most recent one. Very excited for this game.
Sure.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I didn't think I would like a Elden Ring multiplayer game, but the way that they've set it up, I think I'm really going to enjoy it.
I'd play with you guys if it got really good reviews.
And also, all of our friends on the Patreon and Discord, we would love to play with you as well.
Of course.
Except for you, Justin.
Except for you, Justin. And the last one, Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet, new Naughty Dog IP from Neil Druckmann.
Looks pretty cool.
He calls it their wildest, most creative entry yet, which, whatever.
It's fine.
The product placement in the trailer intrigued me, but also kind of off-put me a little bit.
Sure.
Featuring Porsche spaceship, Sony CD player, and Adidas sneakers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm fine with that. If studios need to make that concession to get enough money for games, as long as it's not gross, like the fact they wear Adidas sneakers is fine.
Olive Garden, because when you're here, you're family. Like in Sonic 1. That happens in Sonic 1.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the fact that I don't mind it being in the game if it like adds to the immersion.
If it doesn't distract me.
But like to put it in the trailer is like, you're really kind of putting it in the forefront. This is the first thing we're seeing about this game. And the biggest thing I can remember is like, that's a Porsche.
It does sound like this is about a gig worker in the future. So it's very funny that like they're going like this capitalistic route. And if they kind of poke fun at that while also featuring the item, like said items made by certain companies, I think that's actually kind of fine. If the tone fits it, I really don't care.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is they're going to have her be some like plucky Guardian of the Galaxy-esque ass character that I'm just not really interested in that shtick anymore.
That wasn't the vibe I got from the trailer.
No.
I didn't get the full vibe, but I thought like this game could very easily go in that direction.
I got angry, dark, depressed vibe.
And that's what I want.
That's what I want from my Naughty Dog games. I want characters deep in depression, and hopefully there's gameplay in this, unlike The Last of Us.
I want the Ludo narrative slaughter of a bunch of innocent people on an island.
Intergalactic.
Just want you to go the fuck away.
Intergalactic stars our newest protagonist, Jordan A. Munn, a dangerous bounty hunter who ends up stranded on Semperia, a distant planet whose communication with the outside universe went dark hundreds of years ago. In fact, anyone who's flown to it hoping to unravel its mysterious past was never heard from again. Jordan will use all of her skills and wits if she hopes to be the first person in over 600 years to leave its orbit. Starring Tati Gabrielle, and I've seen her before on
She's a good actor.
Sabrina show, I think. She was on You.
She's good.
She was, Sabrina, because I was just looking it up. Sabrina, You, the Uncharted movie, Mortal Kombat 2.
She's great.
She was also in The Last of Us, the TV show, and I guess people know her from The 100, that old TV show that came out that I never watched.
Yeah.
I think she's cool. She has a good look. There was already stupid internet people making complaints about her, and I won't even give them the time of air.
They can't even handle beautiful women.
Also featuring...
No, because they've never seen one.
Also featuring Tony Dalton.
Except for their mommy.
Tony Dalton, I think a criminally underused actor who played Lalo Salamanca in Better Call Saul.
Tim Dalton?
Tony Dalton.
Oh.
Not Tim Dalton.
Damn.
Not the grocery store owner from Hot Fuzz. No, Tony Dalton. Lalo Salamanca from Better Call Saul. You guys have seen Better Call Saul, right?
I didn't see the last season.
Oh, he's fucking good. He is devious. He also played the swordsman in some Marvel thing. I forget what it was. He's great. I think he's going to be a new big actor. Kumail Nanjiani, Troy Baker, and others. Soundtrack by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
Cool.
Oh, hell yeah. Sign me up.
Hopeful for this game. What have you guys been playing?
Lately, I've been playing a little bit of NBA 2K because the midseason tournament just happened and our Milwaukee Bucks won the midseason NBA Cup, which was very exciting.
I wouldn't know.
What's the fucking point of a mid-season championship thing?
Every player on the team gets $500,000. So for rookies, it's like half their pay, just kind of like boom. Plus, if there's a trophy in major sports, I want my team to win it. I don't care if it's
like winning a Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Award. It's still an award. So.
If my team is involved, they better win it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it was cool, and it's nice to see Damian Lillard win a championship with like being the last team remaining, like a tournament style, because he's got a lot of single accolades just for his play. But he said it meant a lot to be like the last team standing. The cup will gain more prestige as it gets older. It'll be like soccer. With the way that they do their midseason cups.
I don't know. I call it football because I'm kind of worldly in that way.
You really are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Outside of NBA 2K, I put a pause on Indiana Jones because the holiday rush at work has been crazy, but I was playing a little bit of Indiana Jones, and I plan on beating that through Balatro, however you want to pronounce it. Did we?
Balatro.
Balatro.
I think it's technically Balatro because it's based on another country word.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Playing that on my phone. As well as like old school RuneScape because that's super fun. And then with my Portal, I have been still kind of like plugging away through Baldur's Gate a little bit, piece by piece, taking it a little slower this time.
Sure.
Must be a fun game to play in the Portal.
It is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I play it laying in bed for like an hour before I go to sleep.
I have it on Steam Deck, and I just find the text to be all too small. Maybe I'm just losing my eyesight.
You could probably change that in the settings. That would be an accessibility thing, I'm sure.
Oh, shit. I never even thought about that. I'm so dumb.
God,
so
fuck yeah, dude.
Dumb. God, fuck yeah, dude.
And because I have the Portal now, I wanted other games that are like good and accessible to play on it. So
yeah.
I accidentally downloaded Hades and have been just doing a couple runs every now and again.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. God, fuck yeah, dude.
Hades, always good.
Yeah, and on the Portal, it looks great. I mean, the Portal screen is so nice anyway.
You guys are so yesterday. Yeah,
that's what I've been playing.
Well, what's happening in the world of tomorrow, Dylan?
It's true. I have been playing Hades too. It's a very good game. I won't reveal anything about it because I don't want to ruin anyone's experience. And I'm playing an early access game ostensibly. So
as good as Hades 1?
there are some things they do better.
Are there some things they do worse?
Yeah, actually, I think there are some things they do worse. I don't think it's...
I
think the trade-off is actually pretty good, but I kind of liked the flow of the first Hades a little bit more.
Okay.
There's some interesting powers. There are some interesting weapons that you're like a magic wielder a little bit more in this one. So it's not all like sword play and, shooting lightning and stuff. But
Yeah, but how hot is the character?
she's fucking hot.
Because that's all that matters nowadays.
All that
hot.
matters is who's the hot, sexy dude in Hades 1?
Zag?
No, well, he is too.
Achilles?
Zagreus is hot.
Who's that? Is it Dionysus? I forget. There's one dude who's like,
yeah.
he has his sex turned up too high.
Oh, yeah, the god of wine, Dionysus.
Yeah.
And
Based
then,
on me.
who's the goddess of love? Because she's super hot.
Aphrodite?
Aphrodite,
Yeah.
Yeah. I
She's
mean,
hot, dude. She's hot.
Her character design makes me blush.
that game is a
me
little
blush.
hornier than it needs to be, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So
It's
dude,
perfect.
Even the floating Medusa head, like, you can have a romance with her.
The best thing you can do to make your game popular is to sex it up and give a lot of character interactions so that people can make their fan fiction.
Yeah, it's okay to make the game horny if the relationships between the characters are believable and meaningful.
Yeah,
and
I
We look
worthwhile.
forward to your modding Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'm gonna, yeah, me too. I've been playing a little bit of Hades 2. I've been playing a shitload of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
How far?
I believe
like
I'm
30 hours?
No, 50 something.
Those are big fucking games.
I know, and believe me, there's stuff that I'm just passing on in the game.
You have
like
to.
like the Sujimon.
You just have to.
I started doing the Sujimon stuff, and
And
I
that stuff's
said,
fun.
It is cool. It's just I don't want to get distracted from my game within my game. There's like basically like a farming sim hidden in this as well, and it's kind of addictive
In a way that only Yakuza games really do.
I stopped doing that. I stopped doing Sujimon, but now I'm kind of focusing on getting great weapons for like the finale. I feel like it's coming up. The story has a lot of interesting twists and turns, some very emotional moments, which I was surprised because, like a Dragon, the first one,
That had a lot of
thought it was-
emotional moments as well too, though.
I thought it was
like
good.
Ichiban begging his brother to like.
Yeah.
Dude, anytime Ichiban speaks is emotional. I love that. His character
he's
is
so cool.
phenomenal.
His voice acting is through the fucking roof.
I'd say he's way more interesting than any other character in the Yakuza series thus far.
So, and it's also you have Kiryu. So you're kind of doing split Kiryu in Japan, and then
Let Kiryu die.
in fact he is dying in this game.
And
Of
I
cancer.
guarantee he'll be in 3 more
know.
fucking games.
I know. He's dying of cancer. He's given 6 months to live.
Yeah, at this point, he's 97 or something.
And now he's trying to consolidate the power of the Yakuza in relation to this weird cult leader in Hawaii. It's really interesting.
When did they switch to like the turn-based game?
Like a Dragon, the last one.
That's the only one I've really played. And I want to go back and play the earlier ones because
you would
I
like
heard they're-
Yakuza 0.
I heard they're darker and like more grounded.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Still silly.
grounded is a fucking really loose term in the Yakuza universe.
They want things to be silly and kind of tongue in cheek. They really throw that shit out the window for this. Like, I don't know.
Dude, Kamurocho.
Kamurocho is cool.
Just everything. I'm super excited to finally play that game. I did buy it. I haven't played it yet.
Honestly, it's worth your time and effort. Otherwise, I've been playing some indie. I've been taking it slow because I felt like the first day I played it, I spent way too much time doing it. And then I played a little bit more of the Dragon Quest III remake, which is a very good video game.
You know what bogged me down with indie was I wanted to clear everything because
It's really difficult.
Yeah, and there's like this one collectible that like I'm on the map.
Ancient Artifacts?
Yeah, and I cannot fucking find this one, and
I've avoided doing those.
it's pissed me off to the point where I had to take a break from the game. But I do enjoy the Vatican City area that I'm currently in.
Oh boy, it gets better.
Yeah, I read your comment on Discord that like that's not even all the game has to offer, which I didn't think
Not
so.
even
But
close.
It opens up.
I like Egypt.
I'd
That's
say
that's a good map.
I probably got 6 hours, 7 hours left with the game if I had to predict.
Yeah.
what's your overall time so far? Like how much time am I looking at for this?
I'm probably at 30 hours.
That's good.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I think it's overrated.
Certainly.
I think it's fantastic. It does a lot of things very well. The storytelling, 10 out of 10. It's a fantastic Indiana Jones. I don't think Troy Baker's performance is as good as people say it is.
I think it's a good facsimile.
I think it's a fine facsimile if you're aiming for one low, calm register of Harrison Ford.
Explain
Likeness.
Yeah, okay.
Now, we just watched over Christmas. I made my family watch Indiana Jones 1 through 4 because it happened to be on TV,
right.
and we just were sitting around. And Great Circle is not a good Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford, he smiles, he's full of anger, he's got contempt, he is unhinged in a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
Great Circle's Indy is so fucking calm and quiet, and I don't know. I like to see Harrison Ford seething with anger when he's talking with villains.
When you punch the guy through the confession booth,
That
I
was
laughed
good.
out loud.
Yeah, that was good.
Probably the best moment.
I LOL'd so hard.
Well, so when you're in the catacombs in the Vatican City,
we won't spoil too much.
yeah. So I hadn't used my gun at all to this point. I was just sneaking around and being a sneaky boy.
yeah, you can
And
get
then-
shit done real quick with the gun.
I got cornered.
You get caught so fast with the gun, though.
I know.
I got cornered though, and every enemy in the main room, there was like 4 or 5 of them, was like coming for me. And I panicked and I pulled out the gun and I shot them all. And then I felt terrible because I was like, that's not very. I mean, I had
to be fair, when you're hitting them over the head with a shovel, that is like a life-ending thing too.
Also, fuck you, Tyler. Indiana Jones in 1 and
Kills
2,
a lot of
he is
people.
a fucking monster. And that's what I loved about Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he doesn't
But in
care.
the game, I was doing so good.
He shoots everybody.
It's great.
And that's Indy to me. And then he gets so round and soft through the late, like, Crusade and later on.
And they drag Harrison Ford's like bloated pot-filled corpse
No,
out of the refrigerator.
hard disagree.
It's a character he actually likes playing.
No,
so-
Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny are still infinitely better to me than Great Circle because it's Harrison Ford.
Oh, man.
And to me, Great Circle is just missing Harrison Ford's fucking X factor.
But you know, like they're
the
going to
best
keep
story, though.
using. They're going to keep using it.
I'm excited to finish the game and then give you my full thoughts.
Like I said, though, I think the writing, 10 out of 10. The set pieces, the puzzles.
Oh my god, the puzzles are great.
The puzzles are maybe the best puzzles I've experienced in a game built on exploring. I think,
Uncharted can eat my ass in comparison to this. Uncharted has dog shit puzzles.
dude, ass fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. I don't know, the puzzles are fun, and I think the writing is great. I think
The story has been one of the main things keeping me going. But when you get to the places with further exploration, you can kind of dig around. You can kind of play around with the world a little bit. And I'm really enjoying like the weird kind of like, oh, you pick up this and then you have it only for a little while. And then you can use rifles and shit. It's great. I love it.
They really discourage weapons, though. Guns they don't want you to use.
That's
'cause
why I felt bad when I shot those 5 guys.
It immediately attracts every
Five
enemy.
guys, who's going to make my burgers?
It's very good, though, and I'm excited to talk about it at length in our Raw Dogs soon. But I've also been playing a lot of Balatro.
Hey,
Fuck have a problem.
Dude, fuck me, right? I purposely
You have a problem.
I updated the Dominus Collection Castlevania, and I brought Hades for the car ride, and I played Balatro for probably 8 hours. I beat the Jokerless challenge, which is the hardest challenge in the game. I beat it within 2 hours of trying, which I felt very happy about. Jokerless to beat 8 antis is not easy. 5 of a kind. Get a Ouija tarot card, a spectral card if you can, and get a couple of blue seals. I was fucking rocking it.
dude, my last playthrough I showed you, remember I had like 3 legendary Jokers all active at once?
That's insane.
And I lost very quickly.
If you don't have them activated in a good way.
No, I
They've
couldn't.
got a pair. The cards got a pair.
Yeah, and it didn't work. But now I felt like I was like, oh,
I think I've had
slam
4
dunk.
of the legendary jokers at once.
Yeah, I had 3. And
They don't do anything together. You just have them because you might sell them.
yeah.
But
I should have.
we're going to take a quick break and be right back to discuss the best of 2024.
Da-na-na.
We have another beer we're going to be drinking. This one is also from Bentonville Brewing, from our lovely friend Phil. This is the Wrecker in the Rye IPA. 6.3%.
Wait, say the name again.
Wrecker in the Rye.
That sounds super dirty. And in Arkansan, that means like put it in her butt.
Oh, I think it's a reference to Catcher in the Rye.
No, it's a dirty sex thing.
Phil, please confirm or deny what Tyler's saying. It's a true West Coast style IPA.
I call it a rusty sheriff's badge.
I call it the salty Democrat.
Yeah, you know, I had Samantha over there and that. I just wrecked her right in the rye.
We got spicy notes, pine balance with citrus, and a malty backbone plum and biscuit.
I love your little white trash thing.
I forgot I should give you guys your beers to drink.
No, thank you.
It's ingrained in my DNA a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Smells great. Yep. Give me West Coast IPAs over hazies all day.
1000%.
I'm a
I
West
love
Coast
West
man.
Coast, man.
It's almost got like a hint of sweetness to it for a second.
I do like a hazy IPA though.
I'm so burnt out on them, man.
They make too many of them.
If you work at a brewery, you get burnt out fast.
Yeah.
Because they fucking sell, but you don't want to drink them every day.
I can't even choke one down.
Yeah, I'll drink like one every couple weeks, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah.
We have a hazy pale ale I enjoy because it's super light.
I like a pale ale. I like all of them. Let's just be clear.
Best of 2024. We have our list. We have
The
10.
golden list.
We have 10 categories. And our first category, Indie Game of the Year.
Do we want to say it in unison? Or 1, 2, 3.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
He's a rascal.
Yeah, you can't trust this guy.
I had Balatro too.
I figured that would be a slam dunk for all of us.
I don't know if we even need to talk about it, man.
Dude, we had a whole episode about this. It is one of the most addicting things I think I've ever touched in my life. And after a while, I generally got through all of like the colored decks. And after that, I said, I'm putting this down. I don't care about the chips. I don't care about any of that horse shit. I'm done.
And then it comes back.
No, it doesn't.
Then you play Dave the Diver, and all of a sudden it's back.
A little bit.
I heard there's a full version of Balatro in Dave the Diver now.
That sucks ass.
Local Thunk made this game for himself, for his resume. Thought maybe 6 people would buy it. Maybe it would be his friends and his parents. Streamers started checking it out, and they started giving him feedback, and it just fucking grew. Fucking crazy success.
Yeah.
And he has said that once Balatro is done, he's very excited to just make another game and not tell anyone about it at all until it's ready and done. He's like,
He's got money in the bank now. You can self-fund. It's perfect.
Local Thunk, mad props. This is such a success story, and sounds like a creator that deserves it, which
Not a lot do.
I have nothing else to say other than fuck yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
God.
Truly.
Favorite beer?
My favorite beer of the year was actually a new beer that came out this year. It was called Pitter Patter. It's a beer at Oak Brewing Company, made by my boy Cam. He got hired on, and it was his first beer that he brewed at Oak, and it was a hoppy pilsner that was really light and super fucking popular.
Really?
And I really enjoyed it. I did not know that hoppy pilsner was a category that existed.
Yes.
And it's great.
Dude, one of my favorite styles that you never see is the India Pale Lager.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a nice malty, like forward backbone, but also
like
just
that.
like some hoppy flavor. Yeah, hoppy light beers are,
Love it.
they're rare, but fucking great.
Yeah. Good job, Cam.
Brad, what was the name of the beer that we had 2 weeks ago?
The Alaskan Porter, the smoked porter.
That was my favorite beer.
Mine too.
Oh, that was a good one.
I thought that was one of the most delicious beers I think I've ever had in my life.
That one was really good.
You can still find it at Siegel Liquors.
Really?
It's like a rare release. They only do it. It's in like the special section.
Oh, yeah,
it's
that
like
one.
$16 for 4 bottles. But
That's fine.
known as a Rausch beer in Germany, smoke flavored beers were virtually unknown in the U.S. until Alaskan Smoked Porter was developed in 1988. This beer is as old as I am.
So old as fart.
Prior to brewing, selected malts are smoked in small batches under carefully controlled conditions in a commercial food smoker using local alder wood.
It's just lovely. I didn't have any notes. Sometimes with beer, I'll be like, yeah, this is good, but it's like, but I think that beer is just out of this world.
Rausch beers are one of my favorite categories as well. I just love smoky, peppery beers.
I love that we had the same answer.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Album of the year. Let's go to Dylan first. Tyler, you're going to have thoughts, I have a feeling.
I honestly don't know. I haven't listened to a new thing at all this year.
I'm almost in the same category.
I was just going to put Chapel Roan because I was like, I like her music. I haven't listened to the full album, though.
I own it on vinyl.
I think that's reasonable. Chapel Rowan was one of my considerations for album of the year, although I think the album that's blowing up is like a few years old.
That's fine, too, but it's also one of those things where it's very difficult for me to keep up with like the music industry. I don't know why. Something will come out and I'm like, oh, they made another album? That's great.
I've been watching SNL and almost every musical guest, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this is.
I don't know what a Sabrina Carpenter is.
I'm like, oh, that's a girl from Girl Meets World. And now she's not that girl anymore.
No, she's espresso. She has like a dictionary or like a book of sexual innuendos.
From what I've gathered, she's also like super pro like good feminist ideals, and she somehow represents women while dressing in a way that is very enticing towards everyone.
Yeah, she's very attractive, and I watched her Tiny Desk, and she plays a chime with her butt, and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've seen all year.
Yeah.
And that's Tyler's selection of the year.
That's Tyler's Tiny Desk of the year. Butt chimes.
I don't know. Chapel Roan's was really good.
Chapel.
Chapel.
We got a chapel. We got another chapel.
Dab and Bitch also agrees. What's your favorite album of the year, Carly?
So, Doechii, Alligator Bites Don't Heal.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Check it out.
I was surprised.
That sounds cool.
It's fun and dirty.
Yeah.
And it's a factual because alligator bites do not heal. And
true.
oftentimes you lose a limb.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You learn that in Florida. They teach it in like first grade.
Soda.
Tyler, you're so cultured.
I know, dude.
Thanks,
Tyler,
baby.
you really
I've been everywhere, man.
do you know a lot of people with gator bites?
You're looking at one. No,
You got a gator bite? I'd say that's so rad. Can
No,
you
I
show
don't
me?
have a gator bite.
Haven't you ever seen his butt?
Oh, and no, I thought it would be on his.
I have
pee-pee.
one butt cheek.
That's awesome.
He always falls off the chairs.
He wears like a instead of an eye patch, it's a butt patch.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Brad, what was your album of the year?
My album of the year goes to Moonglow with their new EP, Dweam, Dweam. Pop soul band from Milwaukee, dynamic vocals, technical and funky guitar riffs, technical backbeat, rhythm, bass drums and horns. It's only 5 songs, but it's fucking bangers. And I listened to it again today. I'm like, yeah, this is the best album I've heard this year.
Interesting.
Check out Moonglow. They also do the
I
theme
should
song
really-
for Popcorn Dogs.
Yeah, and that is so
really?
catchy.
Yeah.
I should-
Popcorn dogs. I get it stuck in my head just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I've never heard it.
Oh, we'll play it for you later, Dylan.
Okay, cool.
You were on the most recent episode of Popcorn Dogs. You don't listen to us talk after we record.
I don't want to listen to myself.
I don't listen to us either.
It's fine. There are some episodes I have listened in on because I'm like, I think I was on fire that day. What's the secret sauce? So I try to figure out what the secret sauce is, but
You can't bottle lightning.
can't bottle lightning.
My album of the year, I wanted to pick Warmer Weather, which is a 3-song EP by Hot Mulligan, because I think it's 3 of the best songs that they've ever played, but I didn't think that...
You've mentioned them before. I have to check them out.
They're my favorite current active band. I know My Chemical Romance is touring, but they're not making new music, so they're GOAT status. But Hot Mulligan put out a 3-song EP called Warmer Weather. It's got Fly Move the Whole Time on it, which is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my entire life. Definitely the best single that was released. But I couldn't, by good conscience, give the album of the year to a 3-song EP. So I had to look at wider releases. And if you've listened to this podcast or for any given time, I've been eating good for music releases in the last 2 years, which means this year was kind of slow for all my normal bands because everybody's dropped within the last 2 years. Kendrick's GNX was fantastic, but I'm not really.
He had a beef with Drake.
Yeah.
Not like the lizard dragon.
They did not
like the star of the kids show, Degrassi.
Wheelchair. I call him Wheels.
Yeah, because hey, he started from the bottom. Now he's here.
He's so beleaguered.
Yeah,
They not like us.
fuck Drake. No,
Kendrick is way better.
I narrowed it down to 2, and I have an app on my phone called. It used to be called Spotistats, but now it's like Last FM something or other, and keeps track of my listening data, so I can see actually what album I listened to the most that came out in 2024. And I got a tie. I could not decide between the two.
This is allowed.
That's fine.
So my most listened to album that came out last year was Clancy by 21 Pilots, which is a really underwhelming project by them. In fact, I think it might be my least favorite album they've ever put out. It's got some really good songs on it, Navigating and Routines in the Night, and the first single, which is, I'm drawing a blank on what the name of that was.
Do you
Overcompensate.
Do you think that they have to fight over who gets to fly the tour plane? Because they're all pilots and they probably really critique each other.
You thought backseat driving was bad.
Try having 21 pilots.
Too many cocks in the cockpit, am I right?
Hey.
No, I thought it was an incredibly underwhelming album from them, but I enjoyed it for what it was worth. And it being 21 Pilots, I listened to it quite a bit. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt because you know how sometimes albums just kind of like they grow on you.
Yeah.
But I think what I have to give it to is Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator. That album fucking slaps.
Really?
Saint Chrome is one of the best hip hop songs I've ever heard. Sticky gets stuck in your head. Like the entire album is very good. And like Noid was the whole album's full of bangers. Plus his marketing and everything leading up to it, and the fact that it was a surprise release.
The
it was
Noid?
just like boom, boom, boom.
The Noid marketing? Are we talking about Pizza Hut?
No, it's a song called
Or is
It's
it
Domino's.
Domino's? Okay.
Yeah.
Dylan, you look so frustrated and disappointed with me.
It's fine.
It's Domino's.
I don't have a weird investment with mascot characters.
Have you heard our McDonald's episode? Have you heard our Chuck E. Cheese episode, Dylan?
No, I'm not passionate about it for some dumb reason.
Yeah, so Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator. Clancy was a close second. That was my album of the year. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Awesome.
Best purchase.
The Portal.
Well, talk about it.
I just because I
It is
shit
a
on it
podcast.
because I shit on it so much. I feel bad saying it, but like egg on my face. I use it quite frequently. I have good enough internet in my house to play it before I go to bed.
Right.
And it's actually kind of improved my sleep schedule because instead of like staying up to play video games in my living room, I'll go play video games in my bedroom for like an hour. And then I don't watch TV for 3 hours instead while I'm trying to fall asleep because I get sleepy and then I just go straight to bed.
You're already comfy in bed and then you're getting tired.
Yeah. It's
It's pretty perfect.
it's pretty cool. I like the Portal. Close second was my Xbox.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do like the Xbox.
I only paid $100 for mine.
I will say this would have been the PlayStation Portal for me if I didn't get a dead fucking pixel or a stuck pixel if you want to get technical.
Right.
The last two Sony things I have purchased, the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation Portal, have both been defective upon receival.
It's because they know your chat Xbox. They hold a grudge.
I hate it. It's horrible to me that Sony has gotten me two products that both had issues. I couldn't even play PlayStation 5 games when I got my PS5, and I had to deal with their helpline for over 2 weeks to try and get them to take it back and give me a new one.
Yeah, that was rough. I remember that.
CE-108-255-1. I am still upset. And to get the PlayStation Portal, the 30th anniversary, beautiful one. And I was vibing hard on it. And then that pixel, I noticed it after a few days, and then it was the only thing you look at on the screen.
It's pretty rough.
And I tried to fix it with like those seizure-inducing 10-hour just like light flashing, which is a way you can wake the pixel up and get it. Nope. Sent it back. They didn't have a new one to send as a replacement.
Specifically the 30th anniversary edition.
My only option was to
wait
to get a refund, and then we'll see. I'm also trying to save money, so very frustrated.
Oh,
with
that's
that.
a bummer. I thought at least they were going to give you a refurbished or something back.
Nope, no option.
Wow, that sucks.
My best purchase of the year goes to Vampire Survivors: Ode to Castlevania, $3.99. On a whim, that's like half a beer at certain spots, or 2 High Lifes in others.
Yeah.
But it features 80 new characters, 91 Castlevania music
Oh
tracks,
shit, I had no idea that.
gigantic new stage.
I'm downloading that when I get home.
It's $4. And it's got such a cool progression system. To unlock new characters, you have to get certain things. Or
Is this DLC or is it
DLC?
Okay.
But it's
That's fine.
It's all one gigantic new stage It's got amazing. It's got all the enemies you know from Castlevania. Do yourself a favor if you have it. Go to the bestiary and read the enemy descriptions. Genuinely funny. Actually made me laugh, which is a rare thing.
That's wild. Your best purchase all year was a thing you bought just a little while ago.
For $4.
That's cool, though.
Well, that's why. For $4, I got probably 15 hours easy.
Enjoyment, yeah.
And there's a progression which you have to do all these things with all these characters to unlock Richter Belmont. And once you get Richter Belmont, you're able to finally fight Dracula. And what happens after you fight Dracula is so cool. I will not spoil it. Don't look it up if you think you're going to play it.
I am going to play it.
Because it does this like fucking awesome, crazy sequence at the end. And then after that, you unlock like 60 more characters and things to do. New bosses and everything. $4, easily the best value for $4 I've ever had.
Well, that's like glowing. I'm definitely getting it. My purchase of the year is an air fryer.
That's great.
And
I didn't even think about not doing something video game related. Son of a bitch.
This has revolutionized the way I cook. It has revolutionized the way I eat my trash food, specifically my trash food. I love my trash food.
Dude, reheat an old slice of pizza in an air fryer. Gonna be
honestly, there's nothing that
1000%.
compares. There's nothing that compares. And I was so, like the PlayStation Portal, I was poo-pooing this thing, and I never even really gave it a chance to shine.
Wait, you were poo-pooing air fryers?
For a while.
Dude, they've been the godsend for a minute now.
Oh, shut up. I know. I was wrong. I'm admitting that. You can't call me an asshole, and I'm calling myself an asshole. It's like if you put a bullet in me, you can't. It goes through my body.
He already shot himself.
He already shot myself. Yeah, you're just like, let's shoot the guy who shot himself.
Kicking a man while he's down.
You can't kill yourself. I get to kill you.
Yes,
and it's like I have experimented so hard with air fryer recipes, and I'm going to tell you what, a steak is just as good in an air fryer as a grill, a propane grill at least.
no shit.
That is a hot take.
I can make a good juicy steak in the air fryer, and I get angry actively. I'm like, how is this good? It cooks more evenly. I made a rare steak, and it was perfectly cooked all the way through, melted with butter on top. It was amazing.
We have an air fryer that has like 20 settings. We've only ever fucked with air fry. Like
you don't have to.
Yeah.
And then like pizza rolls taste better. French fries, get the fuck out of here. Why would I ever bake a French fry ever again?
French fries done in 10 minutes versus 45 minutes in a fucking oven.
God,
like,
no.
Get out of here.
I'm just not into it anymore. Oven, what are you doing? My second place runner up was my Comertopf, is what I got from my mother-in-law.
But you didn't purchase it.
I did not.
So it doesn't count.
The Comertopf rules. It's a clay. It's like a clay vessel that you can cook so many different things in. I made some lentil soup in it. Fantastic curry style lentil soup.
Hell yeah.
But it had to go to the air fryer because I just think about it a lot.
Yeah.
It was originally $150. I got it for $70. So, I mean, great investment.
Yeah. So get Vampire Survivors on your PlayStation Portal while you air fry some food is what we're saying.
Well,
honestly, that sounds like a night.
I didn't realize I could choose something that wasn't video game related, and it's my record player. Without
hell
a doubt.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Without a doubt is my best purchase.
See?
I use that shit every day.
The PlayStation Portal is also a really good option, though, because
it's definitely number 2.
rules.
There's nothing like the vibe you get from playing a record, though.
Dude, it makes me feel so fucking classy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really impress the ladies with a record player.
Yeah.
Either they think you're one of those guys, but if you put it on casually, they're kind of into it.
The first time that Carly came over and I played Kermit the Frog's It's Not Easy Being Green on vinyl, forget about it, dude.
Forget about it.
I could have pulled the ring out right there. Best game we played from another year.
I'll go first for this one.
Here's my list of 40 games.
No, I have one. It's called Gran Turismo 7.
Oh, nice.
No surprise there.
There's no surprise here. I love Gran Turismo 7. Playing in my VR headset has been such a joy. And it is so deeply elevated by VR that once I get the wheel and the pedal, I'm set for life. That
No,
might be.
You're not set for life then. You got to get the zero gravity
roll cage.
gimbal roll cage with the seat.
Oh, I don't want that. That's going to make me sick.
More seriously, do you think the PlayStation Portal is better than having the steering wheel and pedal for your Gran Turismo VR?
Well, the Portal was a gift from my wife for
Okay.
Christmas.
Okay.
So I couldn't even say that was a purchase.
It's not comparable then. Okay.
It's not comparable.
Because
We both paid for the VR. Unfortunately, it makes her more sick. She will go and play some games on it, but it's mainly become kind of Dylan's Gran Turismo getaway, where I don't have to think about the world and I can just listen to a car rev.
I'd listen to that podcast, Dylan's Gran Turismo Getaway.
Honestly, it's not a bad title, but it's revolutionized the way I think about racing games. I watched the Gran Turismo movie, by the way.
What were your thoughts?
It's very good.
It
Does that
looked-
have
David Harbour.
David Harbour, Orlando Bloom is in it too.
that's
Oddly
not
enough.
the one with Kid Cudi, right?
I don't know.
Or is that's Need
I don't
for
know
Speed?
what Kid Cudi looks like.
And Aaron Paul.
Need for Speed is Aaron Paul. I don't know about Kid Cudi.
Yeah, Kid Cudi's in the one with Aaron Paul.
I know Kid Cudi's in Bill and Ted 3 and X.
Damn.
And Goodbye World.
But no, the fact that Gran Turismo 7, you learn so much about real world
Everything,
cars.
man.
It's super practical.
Well, even when you like go into like the showroom within the game itself, you can kind of with the VR you can peek around and you can see every minute detail that they put into this. And it's astonishing when people say that like the car roster isn't big enough. I'm like, they had to recreate the entire car and how the car works. So you're getting a facsimile of the real thing without having to go out and buy that and get on a racetrack.
Hell yeah.
It's fantastic. Also, you can use motion control with it if you want. And I've been using the Portal as a steering wheel.
That's dope.
That's cool.
My big
That's
problem.
very
bad.
cool.
It's not bad because when you're using a controller, it doesn't feel like a wheel.
But you got like the
But then
wider.
when you got the wider thing, it actually kind of does.
My
So,
problem is the cars just aren't attractive enough.
yeah, me too. I prefer like my perfect car,
Yeah.
anime with big titties.
Do they have old cars, classic cars? Could you get like a 1930 car?
That far back? No.
Because it'd be interesting. Do they have the Cybertruck? Can you get locked
No.
in the vehicle and burned to death?
So all of it is
It's funny because it's not us.
so it's all based on like so you know how companies are very protective if they're going to license their product to you. There's no spinning and rolling. Your car can spin.
Okay.
But your car's never going to roll and it's never going to receive physical damage.
Okay.
Like visible physical damage.
I guess that makes sense. That's a price we must pay, I suppose.
And it's fine because
Otherwise, we'd be having not real cars. This is the Unicorn Diablo.
yeah, exactly. And my favorite I've got so many favorite cars in that game. I just take them out for little cruises.
You could have a legitimate car conversation with legitimate car people now.
I have. I went to the Porsche get together at the corners of Brookfield.
Yeah.
And Jordan went with me. And then I'm rolling up and I'm like, can I take a look at that back engine? And he's like, yeah, of course. And then I'm like, so this part connects to this, but I know what this one does specifically, and I know why this is like top of the line for the time. Can you explain a little bit more? The guys, they rattle it off. They love getting asked questions about their cars. And I was a little belle of the ball. They all wanted to court me.
And I'd be like, how many horses you got in this sucker? And they're like, oh, it's one of these kids.
As you know, horsepower doesn't mean much. It's mostly about torque.
See, I learned something.
I knew that.
You need your wheel to hit the ground well, and you need it to pull.
Like Vin Diesel says, there's so much torque it bent the chassis in Fast and the Furious one.
It's true.
No.
I have something Fast and the Furious related to show you later.
Hell yeah. God,
Your
fuck yeah,
new
dude.
tattoo.
Yeah. My best game that I played this year from another year, Spider-Man 2.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
Spider-Man 2, one of the prettiest games I've ever played.
Really?
That PS5 high quality next gen graphics of New York City, uncomparable.
Unparalleled.
It's incomparable to anything else. It's stunningly beautiful. I think that the work with the characters is all fantastic. Some people might say it's uneven. It worked for me, and the story, the villains, I think all the work that they did was a lot of really smart choices. I think every decision almost improves upon the first one. I know some people don't like Miles Morales' new suit.
I loved it.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
And then
I thought it was cool.
I was super high in the game, and then I checked out the Reddit afterwards, and people are fucking upset about stupid shit. I'm tired of the internet, though.
I'm tired of humans. I was telling people last night, I'm like, I could take them or leave them. They could all die.
The combat didn't get tired to me. I felt like I mastered it, and it was fun the whole way through. And it was a special experience after visiting New York City to swing around New York City, because to see how they accurately did so much of it, I was just blown away. I knew I would like it. I did not know I would love it.
I definitely warmed up on the game in hindsight. I poo-pooed it last year. But I wanted a longer game. That was simply my only concern.
I got 30 some hours out of it.
I platinumed it 22 or 24.
Jesus Christ, you're good at the game then, too.
I mean, it was fun.
He was playing on kid mode.
You can't platinum if you're on kid mode.
I don't know, just making stuff.
Nah, I don't remember what I played on. My favorite game that I played from a previous year was Death Stranding. Ooh. I beat it for the first time in my life.
Congratulations. Did you cry at the end?
I got emotional towards the end. As somebody who oftentimes needs to take a little bit of a step back and focus on their mental health, I played this game as kind of a retreat when I was not feeling well. And it was the perfect medicine that I needed at the time that I chose to play it. And I think this game is going to stick with me for a long time, just because of the nostalgia I'll have for it and what it did for me, because it's nice to have a game that actually impacts you on an emotional and like a well-being level.
Mm-hmm.
I came out of the other end much more positive.
Everyone, from so many people from a distance, myself very included, when you hear about it, it's a game about walking and delivering packages. Sounds horrible. Mm-hmm. And then you learn it's about BTs and dead babies and Mads Mikkelsen, and I'm like, not more interested. And then you play the game, and it slowly just fucking sinks in. And it is a vibe game. It is a feeling. Yeah. And the same reason I like hiking and listening to music, it's just baked into the DNA.
Yeah.
Nobody makes games like Kojima.
I got a job based on the fact that I liked this game. Still at that job. There's a part of it I do enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, it's the moments, especially when the story beats really hit and you get those aerial shots of you, like camera just starts pulling out, low roar starts playing, and you know you're reaching a significant moment. And then as the stakes start to raise as the game goes on, and you get a little bit more action, you got to step away from the stealth a little bit. I spent so much time in the game just doing the bonus deliveries, trying to like 5-star people, because I really enjoyed the actual deliveries and planning out my network and trying to make the most efficient route possible.
Super satisfying.
Going from place to place, like, and picking up missed packages, like it became super strategic with the way that like I had vehicle drop-off points where I would drive to a certain area because I had zip lines set up from here, and you just like you create your infrastructure, and it's like it's just such an incredible game. And then watching the trailer for the second one for the first time ever, because I didn't want to spoil anything for myself. My goodness, I am so fucking ready for this game.
Me too.
Yep.
No, Kojima really fucking killed it. I think it definitely goes down as one of my favorite games of all time, and I might have the bias.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's in my top 5 of all time.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
There's really no way around it, and it's a game I think about at least once every like couple of days.
Yeah, it sticks with you. I haven't deleted it off my hard drive yet, because like every now and again, I just like to pop back in and do some deliveries.
Exactly.
We have another beer from our wonderful friend Phil. This is from Ozark Beer Company. It is a bourbon double cream stout.
Ooh, this is my kind of shit.
This is from 2023, and I just accidentally got on the pre-sale page for this year's bourbon soaked brownie, aged 9 months in bourbon barrels.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I can smell the sweetness.
I think that's the best one we've had so far.
Rich cocoa, like dark cocoa.
Yeah.
That is decadent.
It's got no bite.
I am
at
so
all.
glad I am only drinking a third of that can.
Well, we have one more can of this. Phil, I know you sent us a lot more. I'm doing a no drink January.
So he's celebrating now.
So you can expect in February all of those big dark beers you sent us will be getting drank then. We also received some beers from Judge Tempest. We'll be drinking those as well.
Thanks, everyone. You spoil us. You just want to listen to us embarrass ourselves and get drunk.
We promise to keep embarrassing ourselves and
Yeah,
getting drunk.
it's never going to stop.
All right.
What is a plane?
Best new character from a video game
Now, can it be new or can it be a character
from this year.
It can only be a new character.
It can be a best character as long as it's from a game out this year.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it Roche?
Ooh, mine was easy.
no,
What? It's not Roche.
it's not Roche. He's not really that new. It's mine's actually. I was gonna joke and say the Porsche 911 Turbo, but I actually went with Ichiban.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I like the Porsche answer.
Kasuga-san.
And to me, it is he is a new character because it's a character that's growing and changing. And
Infinite Wealth came out in January, so it's like he's brand new baby new year.
Yeah.
And that game has really sunk its teeth into me. Playing on the Steam Deck has been such a joy. It's funny because I do have a connector to put it on the TV, and I tried that, and it just looks like absolute dog shit because you can't really switch the settings on it. It's not like a lot of PC games because it's not really a PC game. But I've immensely enjoyed my time. I think Kasuga is so interesting. And I don't know. They don't make a lot of characters as endearing, smart, sweet. I don't know.
he wears his emotions on his sleeve. And whenever he begs someone to do the right thing and speaks out of his heart,
Yeah.
works every time.
I like that he sees the world as a game of Dragon Quest.
Yep.
I love that he is like slightly like childish and delusional, but he still knows what matters.
He believes in the best in people.
Yeah.
Which it's a good quality.
And even Kiryu, like there's a point where they separate, right? I'm not going to explain why. And he goes back to Japan, and Kiryu's just sitting around and he's like, I really like Ichiban. He's really cool. And then after that, he starts seeing the world like Ichiban does.
Oh, nice.
And so that's why, because the whole idea is that he's hallucinating that these are like crazy monster people that are attacking him when it's just literally just thugs. So after a while, Kiryu kind of gets in on the business. He's like, yeah, I'm dying. I might as well have fun.
Well, yeah, he like picks up a baseball bat and he's like, this is exactly like Dragon Quest.
I do have the best weapon in the game for Ichiban right now, and it is just, it looks kind of like a hero, like a Dragon Quest sword, and it's just it's like a sword handle with a lightning bat attached to it, so it's so cool.
Are there extensive job classes again?
Yeah, there's way more than what there were in the first one.
Those were all so fun. Like one of them is just like the party host, and you like to shake champagne bottles at enemies.
Yeah, the host came back. There's some really interesting ones. There are some exclusive classes for certain characters still.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more characters this time. You're introduced to quite a few of them. I think my favorite is probably the Desperado.
Cool.
And you have guns. You've got guns.
Fuck yeah.
A lot of like status ailments and area of effect. It's good.
My best new character or best character from this year, I went with Egon from Shadow of the Erd Tree.
I thought you might.
He is an extremely angry Drake Knight who was injured by Bale. His goal was to defeat the evil dragons, the ancient dragons, and he is filled with anger, and he crawls up a mountain out of spite and cuts his finger off and says, I need you to take me up there. And vocal performance of the year would either go to him or John Eric Bentley for me as well. Egon is fun every time he's on screen, and easily a highlight of the DLC for me.
No surprise, I'm also going from Shadow of the Erd Tree because I'm picking my boy Mesmer the Impaler.
Ooh, Mesmer, very cool.
I love the character design. He's a fellow emo boy. I like his brooding.
He wears his hair over his eyes.
Yep. Really enjoyed Mesmer's character. Plus his battle is fucking super intense and very difficult for me. It took me fucking forever to beat him. So, I mean, props to the guy. But I just like the character design and the fact that he like the way he fits in with like his siblings and maybe being the oldest one, like me being the oldest one. I don't know. I just connected with the guy.
That's cool.
He's the background on my PlayStation right now with his missing eye.
Well, and he did what his mother told him, and he did a lot of bad things because he told it was for the right reasons, and then she abandoned him. He has a lot of tragic qualities, which I think is very cool.
Yeah, no, he was definitely cool. And being like the poster child for the Erd Tree, I got a good look at him before I even knew the character, and seeing the character in the game did not disappoint.
Yeah, one of the best boss battles in the game, I would say.
Oh yeah, by far.
Best soundtrack or score for a game this year?
Mine was tough because I couldn't really think of one that jumped offhand, but I'm going to go with Shadow of the Erd Tree because some of those battle themes are just fucking intense as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Bale is a great one. The Midra, Lord of Frenzied Flame, I liked his song a lot.
The Putrescent Night one is pretty dope.
They go pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan of Shadow of the Erd Tree, which we don't have a best DLC category, but would be the winner.
Yeah, that would win.
I'd probably give it to it too. I don't know.
Yeah. What was your best soundtrack, Dylan?
Metaphor Refantasio.
Is it the same people
Same guy
that made Persona 5?
Yeah.
Fucking no surprise there. If I had played it, that probably would win for me.
There's some really hypnotic, insane melodies. A lot of like very strange psychedelic chanting. There's so much going on. The town themes are all different and really nice. Shit you can listen to over and over again. Kind of like Nobuo Uematsu. You just don't get sick of them. There are times in video games where I'm like, I don't want to hear this theme anymore. I am so fucking tired of this. I'm going to put on a podcast and mute the TV. Never did it with Metaphor. Never had to. It doesn't matter. It's a stellar soundtrack. I'm really hoping to get a vinyl of it. I think it's great.
Yeah. If it's anything like the Persona ones.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's not as like jazzy. It's not like street jazz. It's more like it's their version of their fantasy world, and it's just as strange and interesting and kind of groovy. I love it.
Since I have not played Metaphor, which could beat this out, but the one for a game I played, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
It's good, though.
To take that classic soundtrack and not only respect it, revere it, pay homage to it, do new things with it, and also so many new pieces of music on top of it. There are songs of all types. They do pop music, which Dylan didn't care for Kyrie's theme. I thought it was catchy as shit in a horrible way.
Okay.
There's that one of that, forget the dog's name. He has his own theme song that changes multiple times.
What's it? Sergeant, God damn it.
I forget.
We had a whole episode on it.
We had whole 3 episodes on
Jesus Christ. I'll tell you, that was my second place.
The soundtrack is so full and fantastic, and it's generous. There are so many songs.
It's huge. It's a big ass game.
Huge game.
And the way that because the first one took place all in Midgar, so you got a lot of those Midgar themes. But when you hear like Cosmo Canyon for the first time, you're like, this just sounds stellar. And I didn't think I thought I would get bored of hearing Those Who Fight Further.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Good every time. I just start vibing and dancing and
boss. You're in the boss battle and you feel it. It gets under your skin.
Best moment from a game.
I chose Moogle Cloud.
The only happy cloud we see in the entire game.
I chose Moogle Cloud because it does stick with you.
It's so dumb.
It's so stupid. Cloud turns into a Moogle and he
flies.
And he flies and all the other Moogles are like, join us. And he's like, this is pretty great. I don't really know. And then he wakes up from the dream and he's like, fuck. He's like, that was weird. But it was the only time we've ever seen Cloud be like, oh, you know what? He could have just ditched the entire adventure and just lived with the Moogles. And I think they would have liked him.
It was the only moment of pure joy you see from Cloud. He forgets all of the baggage for a few blissful seconds as he's flying around with a stupid Moogle face.
My runner-up was the ending of Metaphor, which is
pretty epic.
It's insane. There's some shit that goes down. There's a lot of story elements in this where I'm like, no shit, you really are a Shin Megami Tensei game at your core.
I can't wait to play that one.
I'll do 2 selections for this as well. For runner-up, Hellblade 2 Senwa Saga, the first time you fight that giant mother.
That's mine.
The mother giant, when you're running around in there, and just the fucking scale is so sick.
And the fiery volcano blast. The way that the score matches up with that particular battle, and the way that it kind of ends somberly, like, just was so cinematic. It floored me.
Yeah.
I don't have a runner-up. That's by far and away my favorite.
That sounds cool.
That game is insane. Super epic.
What's your second one?
No, my selection, though, would be Entering the Abyssal Woods in Shadow of the Erd Tree for the first time.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice.
That's cool.
When your beloved horse, all of a sudden, they're like, they won't go into the woods. They're afraid. And you've never not been able to summon to summon Torrent outside, you've been able to every time. And to all of a sudden have him disappear of his own volition, and you're stuck walking through some of the spookiest terrain you've experienced in the game, and you're starting to run into like bloodborne enemies, the Agent Untouchables, like the head made out of eyeballs are there, and you can't fight them except for a really obscure way. Such a vibe. Those are the only enemies there other than angry sheep and rats with flame of frenzy chaos in their eyes.
Oh, that's cool.
Super, super great vibe. And that first time Torrent leaves the Abyssal Woods, and it just kind of paints this as like a different feeling part of the game. I love that section so much.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
And you said yours, Tyler. So TV show or series of the year?
I really slept on the majority of shows this year. I did not watch a lot of television or movies. But I will have to give it to, I thought Fallout was fantastic. But
Fallout was really nice.
It's a great choice.
I actually am going to give it to The Boys.
The Boys.
I forgot The Boys had a season this year.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think they got a little too political.
Dude, why are they anti-Trump?
Dude, the backlash online of people saying the show's going downhill, I'm like, I've liked it more and more every season that comes out. And it's all coming to a head with this final season. The Boys was the one show outside of House of the Dragon that, like, when it was airing weekly, I made sure to watch it the day that it came out.
Right.
House of the Dragon did not win for me, obviously, because it was just a trailer for the next season.
It was their award to lose.
Yep.
They successfully lost it.
Yep. I'm going to go with The Boys.
How do you do such a perfect first season of House of the Dragon and then you shit all over George R. R. Martin the second season to the point where he speaks out against the show and gets in trouble?
Yep.
Phenomenal.
I say fuck them. That third season's going to be dog shit too.
We'll see.
I don't think it's right.
Benefit of the doubt. Hopefully they course correct.
They're only doing 2 more seasons, right? It's ending after 4.
I think they said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat shit. I hated that second season so much.
Yeah, that second season was disappointing.
Pacing issues abound.
Episode 4 was great. The dragon battle. Rook's Rest. That was good.
But let's take Damon and put him in.
Tom Glencarney as
Hall or whatever.
Aegon, King Aegon. He was great.
Yeah.
There was good moments.
Yeah, just like it was a lot of like hurry up and wait.
Fabian Frankel's the Kingmaker, Kristen Cole. He got perfectly despicable very quick. I like how quickly he became everyone's favorite character to hate. I don't know. But yeah, Damon in a castle for fucking 4 or 5 episodes having visions was
Silly.
Dylan, what was your pick?
My TV show, I have one and then a runner-up, obviously, but Don to Don is an anime.
I was just recommended to watch that the other day.
Yep.
Don to Don is a cultural. It's kind of insane because the manga itself was not very popular here, and I've been reading it for a while on my Shonen Jump app, and I really loved it. But they flawlessly executed an adaptation of their series. Now, Shonen Jump is known as Shonen is a genre meant for, generally speaking, teenage boys. But when you make something so smart and so good and so interesting that you can keep my attention, congratulations. You fucking already won. Beautiful animation.
The fact that other people have talked about this too, to me, an anime series I never hear talked about, which I think shows how much it must matter as well. I've had other people tell me this show is something special.
It's exciting. It's interesting. It's funny as shit. And I can't say that about a lot of anime because a lot of the cultural shit kind of flies over your head. That's just the nature of humor from other countries. And I found myself laughing and having a great time. My wife loves it. She's constantly asking, did Don come out? I could use an episode. And I'm like, yeah, I'll make popcorn. Let's go. That says a lot about it. On the opposite end, a show I really like that my wife does not like is Dune Prophecy.
Oh, I gotta watch that yet.
Dune Prophecy is very fun and very good. It is very heady and strange. It's going to kind of wig people out because it's deeper lore into Frank Herbert's universe. But it's about like the first Bene Gesserit.
It's got Ragnar Lothbrok in it, so sign me up.
Surely, I love Vikings.
I don't know his name, but that guy is a good actor.
Travis Flamel is his name.
I like that guy.
He's really good.
I still need to see Dune 2.
Wow. That's weird.
That's one of those movies that the moment I watch it, I'll realize how much I love it. But until I watch it, I'll think that I don't care too much about Dune.
Dune 2 was pretty good.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay, guys. All right. Yeah, that was my TV series.
Cool. My runner-up would be The Penguin.
Ooh, I thought for sure that was going to be your favorite.
I watched through all of that.
Colin Farrell is amazing. Christina.
He does a really great Robert De Niro impression.
It's a little more nuanced than that, I think.
I was imitating him the whole time I was walking around the house.
The fuck's the matter with you? Yeah,
what do you mean?
My face immediately went to fucking Robert De Niro as I was trying to.
God damn it! Yeah.
Hey, give me a call. Hey, whoa, come on. I wanted to think this show was stupid.
It's really good.
I wanted to watch this saying, this is not necessary. I don't want to like this.
It's necessary.
Within 5 minutes, Colin Farrell justifies the idea of that show so quickly. His character is
so good. He's so good.
Magnetic. The best version of an anti-hero I have ever seen. Not even anti-hero, like a true villain but convinces you he's an anti-hero the whole time. You root for him.
And then at the end, you're like, oh, he's just an asshole.
Fucking Vic, dude. Vic is the heart of that show.
Dude. That last episode murdered me.
I have not seen a single second.
I'm not going to reveal anything.
No spoilers. Don't look up anything about the show. Watch it. That kid who plays Vic...
he's so charming.
Well, and you see him in the first episode, and the reason the Penguin kind of adopts him a little bit, that whole seasoning, Christina
Milioti, yeah.
Terrifying villain as Sophia Falcone.
I see her, seeing her I've seen her in a lot of stuff, and then going to this, I'm like, you can do everything. Why are you not in more shit?
I think this will become her passport to more shit.
Hopefully, because she's fantastic. I knew her as the mother on How I Met Your Mother.
She's also been on Parks and Rec.
Oh. Damn.
Yep.
That Andy Samberg movie, Palm Springs or whatever, that was a good movie.
I couldn't speak highly enough about this show. It made me excited for the Batman again. Which
won't come out till 2027.
Because I remember seeing the Batman, Robert Pattinson's, and not loving it. I thought it was very good.
On repeat viewing, I actually think it might be the best Batman movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it more the second time I saw it.
And we know that there are
nothing beats Batman Returns.
There are implications for the next Batman with the Penguin. Fucking great. But my show of the year goes to Shogun.
I still haven't seen that either.
Shogun, based on James Clavell's historical fiction novel. I actually listened to the entire audiobook of that, and that's like 40 hours or something. It's set in the Edo period, and it stars Cosmo Jarvis as Blackthorn, a English sailor who washes up on Japan, and he's carrying some illicit goods, and he befriends Lord Toranaga, who's a daimyo, and it just fucking gets into political intrigue and the machinations of like a hidden war perfectly, subtly. It's about a fish out of water. It's about Anna Sawai as Mariko-san, and she shines. That whole show, I was on the edge of my seat, and I was happy. I didn't know what was going to happen, and it was the entire novel perfect. And I know a lot of people at the end are going to say, "I'm sad. I'm mad that they didn't show the certain battle that's been teased." Doesn't matter. It's not about that.
No, it's not about that.
It's it's chef's kiss of a show.
I've still got to get through it.
And the questionable thing is that they're doing a season 2, and there's no sequel to Shogun. There are other books from Clavel in the his Japanese historical fiction.
We call it the Japaniverse.
The Japaniverse. But there are other periods. It's not the same characters. So
Yeah.
This is loosely based on a true story. Shogun, Run, Don't Walk. Go watch that show.
I love that.
Fascinating.
That's cool.
Movie. On Listener's Choice, TV show or series of the year, goes to Shogun as well.
Interesting.
Voted by our
Wow.
Patreon supporters.
Good work.
Thank you very much. And movie of the year.
Movie of the year. I'll go first. It's Dune Part 2. I don't know how to properly describe how much I love Dune. I think it is maybe the best sci-fi thing ever created. The story is so well written, and it is portrayed so well. Everything in that is portrayed so well. It's not my vision of Dune. It's not what I imagined in my head. But Timothée Chalamet, as much shit as I give that little fuck,
He's good.
he's good. And he transforms into a villain perfectly.
Oh, he's a villain.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not invested.
It's fine.
After what he did to Zendaya. You think that man's a hero?
What? I don't see
He
it.
didn't really do anything to Zendaya in the movie.
Drax is in it, though.
Yeah, he
Chani?
totally 2 times there.
Is that naked worm dude in there?
No, he doesn't.
He's like, I love you forever. I'm gonna marry you.
Yeah, but if you know anything about the lore, he's like, that's like a political convenience thing.
Oh, I have no idea what the lore is. He just heard Zendaya, and I'm
He
upset about it.
is Ashliba Abalan.
Well, yeah, because she marches off into the desert. Oh, by the way, I'm spoiling the shit out of the end of this movie. I'm just realizing.
That's fine.
She walks off into the desert all sad.
It's funny because the third movie is going to be a very large time skip, and it's going to be funny because that all the shit you wanted to see about him, like him conquering the universe, you're not going to see it. It's just not going to happen. So it's.
I need to watch it.
Are they gonna have Casey Affleck play the older version of him?
God,
still going to be. It's still going to be Timothy.
That's what happened in Interstellar.
So the thing about spice is that it also gives you longevity. So you could potentially just keep everyone.
The spice.
The spice. And it could go in some really interesting directions. I know what happens. I've read the quadrilogy of Dune books. But I don't know. I just think that this was so emotionally impactful that I don't know. I had a blast in the theater. I don't like movie theaters, and someone was crinkling a bag next to me. That pissed me off. But
That is the kind of movie you want to watch in a big screen, though.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
That was I toughened up. I just had to do it. And then the next day I bought a Dune Ornithopter Lego set. And
I was watching Mufasa in our small town movie theater a couple days ago in
you were
South
telling me
Dakota.
about this.
And at one point during the movie, it was full of children. And luckily, this is a movie I didn't care, but a little girl, like 10 rows behind us at some point, loudly says, "I want to go home."
Poor girl.
And I was like, get it, girl.
And to think you could have been watching Sonic 3, that would have been a way better experience.
2 doors
for you.
over.
You could
2
have just
doors
left.
over, people are laughing at Keanu Reeves and
You could have
Idris
just
Elba.
you could have just left. You don't need to be present.
I'm happy I saw Mufasa. That movie is a fucking fun train wreck. Don't listen to it. My movie of the
Run
year,
away. Don't walk.
my movie of the year goes to The Substance.
I've heard great things.
The Substance, directed by Coralie Fargiat. I don't know how to say her name. It is. I don't want to spoil too much. It's body horror. It's about expectations of images for females. It stars Demi Moore as a woman who society, TV culture has deemed past her prime. This is starring Demi Moore, a beautiful woman who has no reason to feel insecure about her looks.
Yeah.
And it's Randy Quaid plays just one of the most disgusting men you'll ever see.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis
Quaid,
Quaid.
yeah.
Okay, not Randy.
Randy
Randy Quaid
Quaid
is one of the most disgusting men.
Randy Quaid is hiding out in Canada, fucking his wife on camera. I've seen the Randy Quaid sex tape.
And not to get confused,
There's just a dog barking in the background the entire
Who
time.
the fuck is Randy Quaid?
The brother of Dennis Quaid.
and he's also
He
the
was the
uncle
guy in
in Christmas
Independence Day.
Vacation.
What?
Cousin
There's
Eddie.
another Quaid?
Cousin Eddie is Randy Quaid,
Are you serious?
and that's the uncle of
You
the
remember
guy.
the guy who flies a biplane into the alien spaceship in Independence Day?
Yeah.
That's Randy Quaid.
That's the uncle of the star of the boys.
That's Dennis's brother?
That's Dennis's brother.
What?
The Quaids have quite a history.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. My mind's blown. I didn't even know he had a brother.
Dennis Quaid, not Randy Quaid, though.
There's a third Quaid.
Oh, and there's also the son Quaid.
Yeah, Jack Quaid.
I prefer
who's in The
Jack
Boys.
Quaid out of all of them because his dad Dennis is just such a dipshit.
The sub. I didn't choose Reagan as my movie of the year, though. I chose The Substance.
Oh man, but it was so good.
The Substance, the premise, you take the substance and you can become a younger, prettier version of yourself. That's the only premise I will say. The movie follows along in a pretty horrifying, just perfect example of like the objectification and expectations of women and beauty. And my dear fucking Lord, it goes. It's
good.
It goes crazy.
Is it streaming for free on something?
I'm not sure.
That's not streaming yet.
Really? I want to see it.
The movie is bouncing along, following this tone, and there is a turn where it goes. Someone takes that knob and they turn it up and they break it off.
Really?
Yeah.
The ending, oh my God. I can't talk about it, but there's so much anger and contempt for expectations of women at the end. On stage,
Yeah.
the amount of things happening. I can't spoil it. Go watch The Substance. It is easily my favorite film of the year.
I watched it with my brother and I had no idea how sexual the film was going to be.
Quite sexual.
So you guys jerked each other off.
No, but my brother at one point,
Dylan's back, folks. Dylan has the trophy.
my brother's like, I see why you wanted to watch this movie. And I was like, I swear to God, Brad just said it's a horny movie. I didn't think it was going to be like this. But The Substance is fantastic. It was actually segueing over to my favorite movie, In the Running, because I had narrowed it down to 3 movies.
I already know what your movie of the year is.
Well, we'll see.
I'd be surprised.
I narrowed it down to 3.
I know at least one of them in there.
It was Nosferatu, which I just saw on Christmas Day, which I was a little sour on at first, but like, yeah, when you go in it with expectations, you got to temper those.
I didn't realize it was the guy who made The Witch and
Eggers, yeah.
and The Lighthouse because now I'm interested. Because I love those movies a lot.
Super striking cinematography. One of the most beautiful films I've seen in a long time.
What he does that is super interesting is when he makes a horror film, he makes it for the audiences of the time. So The Lighthouse, he makes it as a horror film set in like the early 1900s.
Yeah.
When he makes The Witch, the ideas behind it is a horror film set for people of that time period.
It's so cool.
Lighthouse,
Still my favorite by him.
I turned that on. I'm like, let's just see what it's about. And we watched the whole film and couldn't take our eyes off.
The Witch is my favorite horror movie, bar none, because it's just so what it is. Also, I'm in love with Anya Taylor-Joy, but
I'm in love with the fucking deep voice monster Dagon Cleftjaw.
it's not bad.
Well, actually, we watched that in theaters. I went with my sister-in-law, and they needed subtitles for that, man. His voice is too deep to register words.
His voice is like gravel.
But she said, if someone took my baby, I could tell Imone was very worked up about that movie.
Yeah, Eggers is fantastic, which is why Nosferatu immediately I was like, that could be my favorite. And then I thought about Alien Romulus, and I was like, that was fucking incredible.
I've heard mixed things.
And then The Substance, and I was like, it's got to be between these 3. And I was just like, I couldn't pick a favorite, and I was really leaning towards Nosferatu. And then I remembered that Furiosa came out, and I'm like, I fucking love that movie.
That was my second place.
That's my movie of the year.
Furiosa, I did not think it would be that good.
It was a little too long is my only gripe,
George Miller,
but I was entertained the whole time.
George Miller can't do pretty much anything wrong.
Chris Hemsworth brings in one of the best performances
I
from a
was
villain
annoyed by
I've
Chris,
ever seen.
I loved him. I think
You thought he was good?
I think Chris Hemsworth needs to be let off the rails
Yes,
a lot more.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what Taika Waititi learned for all of us.
Taika Waititi single-handedly
Redeemed Thor as a
redeemed
character.
Thor and
yeah.
then again killed him.
Yeah.
I liked Love and Thunder fine.
I think a fan edit which removes half of the jokes would be better.
Man,
Improv jokes are bad.
improv jokes are always bad.
Yeah.
No,
But it's got your girl Anya Taylor-Joy in it.
it's very fucking good.
It's super fucking good.
We went and rewatched Fury Road right after watching Furiosa because the way that
Leads right into it somehow.
it's a prequel in the right way.
Yeah, but it's hard to believe that she's then Charlize Theron. But that's my only gripe.
Yeah. I really hope it does enough to get the Wasteland movie made with Max again. And it seems like it had a pretty strong showing overseas, and we'll see what streaming looks like. But it's a tough time to be a Mad Max fan because we didn't get that second video game, and it doesn't look like we're getting another movie anytime soon. But Furiosa
George Miller will not be able to direct it because he will be in the ground. He is a very, very, very old man.
But that dude's storytelling and his visual
Have you guys
style
seen
is
3,000 Years of Longing?
No.
It fucking rips hard.
That's
It
George
is-
Miller?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton.
Ooh.
It's really fucking good. I think you would both get something out of it. I think it's a really great love story. It's really nice.
Furiosa, I was very worried because I know from the trailer and from what I had heard, it would be very digital. And not like bad digital effects, but Mad Max Fury Road was shot so practical with all that crazy shit, and it really fucking made that movie 10 times better. And the fact that Furiosa does feature a lot more digital stunt work and effects, it didn't bother me at all.
It didn't take away from it.
Which is surprising. That is a hurdle that is not easy to overcome. I think so many people take shortcuts and try and force special effects.
I think he's the king at merging the two so well that he can make stunts like cheaper and like more efficient. And he's notorious because people will say like, when we were filming this, we had no idea what the fuck was going on, but George would say like, no, and then we'll do it like this, and we'll do 5 takes of this, and then I'll cut all of that together. And apparently people were like, this is gonna suck. But when they finally see the finished product, they're like, that was hell, but you really did it, and you fucking made it work.
Our listener's choice for best movie goes to Alien Romulus.
Jesus,
It was so good.
It's fucking good.
it's good.
It
Okay.
I don't know. It's up there with my favorite Alien film.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Easily up there.
Fede
Top 3.
Alvarez.
Yeah. Fede Alvarez has a direct line to like whatever I enjoy.
I thought Alien 2 was a little too silly, popcorny. James Cameron is James Cameron and does what James Cameron does. And he's great at what he does. But to me, that was a little too action-y and not horror enough. Alien
Also,
3
it's
has its
called
issues.
Aliens
Oh, thank
because
you.
there's more than one.
And
if you didn't know.
then he made it into a dollar sign on the pitch, and then everyone dropped their pants.
And they were
Went,
like,
whoa,
"Yes,
thanks,
sign me
James.
up."
I mean, I'll go to bat for James Cameron because I'll defend Titanic. I'll defend
I'm not.
Avatar.
No, he's great. Avatar 2 is amazing.
Avatar 1 is not that good, and I loved Avatar 2
Avatar 2 we put on just kind of
because
we have nothing to do but check it out, and
then
the
you
new
watch the whole
characters
thing.
were so good.
Yeah, when Jake Sully's like, let's do this. I was like, yeah. I like actively cheered and I was alone.
When Jake Sully is that fucking horrible dad, it's like, did you get in a fight? Do you win? I'm like, yeah, you're still that guy. But the new characters, like the kids dealing with their parents and dealing with new situations, was interesting.
the fact they're like half breed, like quarter breeds or whatever.
Mudbloods.
We
Harry
don't, you
Potter.
can't say that word.
Mudbloods?
You said it again. Oh fuck, damn. I don't like to use any words created by J.K. Rowling on this podcast anymore.
You used to love doing it before.
I used to love Harry Potter back in the day. I grew up
Yeah, I
loving
know.
that shit. Romulus, though, it works. And it's fun, and it's horror, and the end, I was laughing out of joy at the fucking things, that creature that happens.
The end is the best part by far.
And we were talking on the Discord recently. Prometheus, I think, is underrated.
I think
Yes,
it's bad.
absolutely.
And Covenant's underrated, but those two are both, they fall apart for me because of bad scientists. And this one doesn't really have the bad scientists. And the kid in Alien Romulus, the android kid, steals the show.
When he goes beast mode.
Dude, beast mode is amazing.
Yeah. I had to go to the bathroom.
Little did you
during
know that
part.
was me working as the stunt double. That's why my back hurts.
You were playing the black android guy?
Dude, you are so versatile.
I know.
Fuck yeah,
I know.
dude.
They call me the Black Android.
Game of the year. Actually, no.
No, we're not there yet.
We have one more beer.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Good Lord.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is a cinnamon roll stout. It's from Social Project Brewing, and it's called Sweet Dreams. It's 10.5%.
That's great because I'm going home and going to sleep after this.
No, you're not. You're going to watch the Packers.
I'm going home and watching the Packers, then going to sleep after this.
I'm going to make some sort of fish dish for dinner tonight.
It's big.
That's big.
It's big. It's a little less sweet than I expected. I expected more of a cinnamon flavor. I can feel the booze.
It's got the cinnamon, but not the sweet.
That tastes like they mixed vodka with chocolate.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I won't have any more after this.
I might
Big
have
boy.
I might have removed a category, Dylan. What else is there besides Game of the Year? No, your top 10, we're going to do Doggies After Dark.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can do all 10.
I'll do all 10.
Yeah.
Okay, Game of the Year?
Game of the year. Is everyone ready? Can we all predict each other's game of the year is a big question.
Yeah. I wonder.
I believe that Brad has talked up Senua's Saga.
I think that's the dark horse pick for him.
I think that might be right.
But at the same time, it might be Astrobot.
No, it's not. I'm actually going to stick with Senua. I'm going to lock it in.
I'm agreeing with that.
You give me too much credit for being controversial and picking unexpected things.
It's Rebirth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Senua Saga Hellblade 2 is a close runner-up, but what Rebirth does for the action RPG battle system, what it does for the exploring, it is such
a leap and bound escalation over what they did with Remake.
The level of exploration in that world, the systems that are somehow all balanced and fun and integrated. Side quests are fun. I mean, the only knock I have on it is I think the story is fucking stupid near the end.
Yeah.
It had such an opportunity after Remake because
I know.
they could have ditched the Whispers completely, and then
them.
dude.
Then it's just Sephiroth. Multiversal Sephiroth. It's fine.
It doesn't even need to be multiversal Sephiroth. It is this. We're in a different version of the events, and now we don't know what's going to happen. It'll be different. That's all you needed to do. Instead, the Whispers are still there, and that sucks. But
And I remember all those years ago when we first started Raw Dogs and we were talking about the remake, and we were saying to each other like they're going to change everything about how the plot works. Not fucking really. They had so many opportunities to like do a different take on it, a remix. And they just chose not to. Like, spoiler alert, Aerith still dies.
But
Is kind of not.
But she's also not dead. And also Zack. There's 35 Zacks. And
It's this Tetsuya Nomura
I love it when Dylan's
bullshit. This Tetsuya Nomura bullshit can go straight to fucking hell. This isn't Kingdom Hearts. Stay away from it.
This isn't just Nomura. This
It's
is
so Nomura.
no, this is all of them working together. This is them agreeing this is where they want the story to go. I think we can
can't believe it.
We can blame all of them on this story. Regardless of that, though, the gameplay is so fun.
Oh, it's stellar. It's amazing. It's on my top 10. I mean, I was enthralled by this game. I was surprised by this game. I was deeply emotionally and just like on a visceral level impressed by this game.
I think
It works.
The character work with Red 13, fantastic.
Oh, it's great.
With Tifa, fantastic. I love what they do with her. I think Kate Sith. It's Kate Sith again.
Yeah, I agree.
I loved Kate Sith. That was one of those things which, to a lot of people, is like, how are they going to make Kate Sith cool? It's like they fucking make him cool by making him exactly how he was.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why giving X-Men leather suits is not as good as giving them comic accurate suits.
Exactly.
Kate Sith is Kate Sith. But to me, the shining star of this game is Barrett. Barrett's sequences with his wife, what John Eric Bentley does for this role, I think is just phenomenal.
I think he brought it harder than he did in Remake. but he's also allowed to be more emotional in this game.
They're giving him his emotional backstory now.
Yeah.
And
The stuff with dying.
the stuff with dying, the stuff with real like rectifying with his past, going to your past hometown where everyone hates you. And Yuffie, I think Yuffie's just a wonderful addition to the cast as well.
Yuffie is super interesting in this game, and I hated Yuffie in regular 7.
Yeah, this game is just heads and shoulders to me, gameplay wise. It's above the rest just because it's so generous and it feels so new.
There's so much more to do, and there's so much more to think about, and you feel like you're living in this living, breathing world. Something I didn't quite get from Remake. It kind of felt a little flat, a little stale to me.
Yep. Remake has a lot of hallways, whether or not people want to realize it.
I know, and it's so much asset reusage. And there is a bit of that in this, but everything is spaced out, and there's so many different environments. Everything's like a different tone wherever you go. And if you go into like a cliffside with a bunch of shadows, you're going to, I don't know. I just think it's just a better product.
Yeah. No,
plain and simple.
I agree.
I think, and this is the first time we've agreed on a game like this in a while.
Well, because you were very against Remake, and I was surprised to hear you come around on Rebirth.
I no, you didn't have to convince me to like Rebirth. I did come around on Remake. I didn't understand the spirit of what they were going for, and that was my problem. You could have just given me. I love JRPGs, and you could have just given me like menu selections.
It seems
loved it.
It seems like it's late to the multiverse party.
It is,
and I really wish they would have ditched it. But yeah, my selection is FF7 Rebirth. So for Tyler,
Jesus, this one's difficult.
What stupid sports game came out this year?
Oh, Madden,
one of the biggest ones of all time.
Well, I think
I think it's a sports game.
It might be Helldivers 2.
No. I think he soured on it a little bit.
It's got to be Helldivers 2. He just talked about how much he plays it.
Helldivers 2 is the only one that I could choose because I don't know enough about sports games. Because when he starts talking about sports games, my eyes just gloss over real quick.
College Football 25 was the biggest sports game that came out, and it was the game I played the most this year, and it's not my favorite.
I'm locking in Helldivers.
I'm going to say Balatro.
It's Helldivers 2.
Hey.
The reason that I like Helldivers 2 is because I don't play multiplayer games ever, if at all. I play a little bit of Black Ops from time to time if I just want to like get sweaty in a lobby. But Helldivers, you're playing with your friends against environments.
What does getting sweaty in the lobby mean?
Just like fucking sticking it to some kid and telling him you fucked his mom and killing him with a flashbang.
Wow, you truly are a child. 32.
Yeah. Dude, you're only as young as you feel.
I just don't talk that way to children. I'm an adult.
Oh, I fucking ruin kids' days, and I enjoy it.
My nephew once was telling his little sister, like, you need to get a job. You don't even have a job. And I looked at him and I was just like, you don't fucking have a job. You're not allowed to have a job. And he's like, whatever. And I'm like, yeah.
Last time I met a kid in a Black Ops lobby, I told him to ask his mom what a camel toe was.
Dude, because you're what's wrong with the internet.
I felt bad. I feel bad every time I do it, but it's like the shithead in me comes out.
Those kids have it coming, though.
They do.
Those parents have it coming.
If
you're letting your kids go on online gaming lobbies,
you're letting
where people like you are on there.
Yeah.
What do they expect's going to happen? Also, if you're letting your kids listen to our podcast, like, yeah, they're going to hear about camel toes.
And Santa's not real. Neither is the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy.
You left out Jeebus?
Jesus is not real either.
He was.
No, he wasn't. There's no actual historical evidence for that.
Have you seen the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah.
Jesus is Tom Hanks.
Wow.
I stand by Tyler's statement.
They really got the look wrong.
No, but Helldivers 2 is by far and away my favorite game of the year, simply because of how it puts you in the driver's seat for what this Starship Troopers ass game is like giving
it's
you.
It's fun. I'm going to give you that game is very good.
And playing with friends, especially when I was like, there was one moment where me and Justin were running duos on like a level 6 Helldive for the first time, and we thought we were big boys. and we get like a Bile Titan for the first time ever.
You
And
get
we're like,
wiped.
holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
And we get to evac, and me and him have our backs against the wall. We're out of stratagems. We're out of lives. And it's just like, we just got to kill 2 minutes until the chopper gets here. And we were just quiet. And I was like, see you on the other side, brother. And we went 2 separate ways. And we didn't speak for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
We had no stratagems. We had no extra lives. We couldn't call in more ammo. It was just run around and survive. And me and him did not speak. And I ended up dying. And he made it back to the ship.
So you succeeded.
And as we were flying away, he's like, I guess you really meant it when he said, see you on the other side. I'll raise your children, don't worry. And it's just like this level of corny gameplay that you get is fantastic. And now that they've added like a third race with the Illuminid or the Squids that you can fight, you're seeing like towns, like there's actual like little cities that you can go in.
Oh, that's cool.
Instead of Vietnam, because Bug Nam or Robot Nam, it was Robot Nam, was a real pain in the ass.
There's something about multiplayer games which I don't get to experience anymore because I'm not playing them. That camaraderie and the organic evolution of iconic moments. I often think
that's what makes it good.
I often think about Halo parties I used to be a part of. At one point,
LAN parties. Oh my god.
at some point, we were guarding a base, and someone was like, "Guys, we got company," and we laughed so hard at that there were people storming our base, and someone's like, "Guys, we're gonna have company," and you can't. That's not anyone writing that in the game. That is you and your friends having a moment together.
Yeah.
And I think about moments in Destiny when I was playing with people and somebody fucked up and like missed an easy shot on a boss and we lost. You know, it's like that stuff. It resonates, and that's something that you can only get multiplayer gaming.
It's true.
Well, I got on the Helldivers train really early because of Floyd. Floyd, if you're listening, Floyd got me into
Mayweather?
it. Yeah. But I got into it, and I made like several people buy the game just to play with me. Marcus being one of them. And then before I knew it, Marcus and Zach and Peyton and I were all playing together, and I showed them how to play. I was multiple levels ahead of them. I showed them the ropes, and then I disappeared and I stopped playing for months because I had other shit to do.
Is that called a Sherpa? Is that what they call those online?
Yeah. I was a Helldiver Sherpa.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I got a text one day and they were like, we need our fearless leader back. Even though they're all like 25 levels ahead of me now, they were like, we need you back.
You can't turn down that call.
And
That's
I was
cool.
like, I put the boots back
That's
on.
so cute, actually. I like
It was actually like it's the camaraderie. Like it made me smile.
Yeah.
Like
There's something about it.
and they were all hanging out at the bar the other night while I was working. And they were like, if you're off work, you got to come through. The Hell Dive squad is at Stally Cats right now. And I was like, dude, if I wasn't working, I'd be there getting fucking shit faced with you. But have a cup of liberty for me, for democracy, and fuck the bugs.
Dude, Fred Durst is in the house.
Dude. No, Helldivers 2 has been one of the coolest games I've ever played, and the support for it has been really great. The new patch is fantastic. They kind of nerfed all the enemies and kind of buffed you to make you like more of a superhero,
That's fine.
but the game still has a challenge to it. They've done a good job in it.
I played during a time when you were just a little pancake that flaps in the wind.
Dude, it was so hard for a
It's
while.
not good. It was even on easy settings. I was like, am I just a baby?
I've hopped back in. I threw a napalm strike and I got an 86 kill counter, and I was like, "Holy fuck! This is a whole new game."
Yep. And they want to give you that power fantasy, and I say let them.
Yeah.
And especially if they keep the difficulty.
Well, they added an extra level.
Oh, really? That
Yeah, so
sucks.
it goes up to like 11 now.
Jeff, no. I'm not going to play it pretty much ever again, but I had my fun with it, and I probably spent at least, I don't know, 50 hours playing that game.
On my Sony PlayStation Wrapped, it was my most played game for 2 months.
Jesus.
For Dylan,
Mine is so obvious. You guys,
I'm going to say Metaphor.
I gotta say metaphor.
yeah, it's metaphor.
I want to play it so I can understand your love for it.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I needed at the right time.
Why is it Refantasio? That seems to me like some Nomura bullshit.
that doesn't sound like a word.
It's not a word.
Okay,
But
I was
is
right
the,
then.
Why is the F capitalized? What does Refantasio mean?
It's,
Is is the game a metaphor for something?
yes.
Is it a facsimile?
It is not a facsimile, no.
You were so
No,
close.
Tyler. Oh, man, you almost had it, bud.
I'm almost there.
No. So the metaphor, you'll have to play the game. And hearing Fantasio, think of it as RE, as in like a reply. It's their version of their fantasy.
Okay.
And it actually plays into the story.
So is it like a reply to Final Fantasy?
I don't know. It's a reply to Fantasio. Who knows what?
Interesting.
So this game is everything I love about JRPGs smashed into one package.
Teenagers fight a god.
Teenagers fight God.
Okay, I got one.
Yep. Teenagers fight. Well, teenagers don't fight God.
There's a sexy train.
There is no sexy train. No, I'm sorry. There's actually no trains. There are actually like these giant, like almost like they're called like striders, and they're like spidery.
I'm guessing there's a wonderful cast of characters.
Wonderful cast. Everyone rules. Not a sour grape in the bunch. Usually I get annoyed with at least two.
No selfies.
RPG. I like selfie.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
It's only $50 at Best Buy. I might pick it up on my way home.
Dude,
You
only
honestly
$50, that's almost full price, Tyler.
But it's not full price.
The battle system is intense. You use archetypes instead of personas. And the way that those level up.
So are they still just personas, though?
It's basically, but everyone can shift in between them.
So it's like FF13.
So you can yeah, and then you can pay with like certain points to put skills into other classes. So you can essentially like wreck house. There's a class called the Faker, which is really good at lowering the enemy's stats, but you can pair that with like a wizard or a magician, and you can wreck house on them after basically destroying their attack values. It's a 4-person party, unlike Persona, which is usually 3.
Yeah.
And they line up. It's a classic concept in all JRPGs, and it's dungeon crawling at its purest. It is just so good all the way through. It's tasty. It hits the tongue right. It's like having a well-cooked steak. You know what a steak is. But when you have like a really good one and you're sitting there and your belly's getting all full and you can keep going, I don't know how else to put this. It's supreme comfort food. And I think that it also excels at everything it's trying to do.
Is it ever difficult?
There are, yes.
Because Persona 5 only had one battle I ever died at.
You will die in Metaphor. I promise.
Now, I know you don't love me comparing things to Persona 5.
No, you can.
It makes sense. This is from the same creators.
No, it's completely fair.
And Persona 5 was the first turn-based RPG I had played and really fell in love with since like Final Fantasy X.
Jesus.
And well, when you think about it,
there haven't been a lot of them.
there haven't been a lot of them.
True.
And I didn't realize how much I know what a steak is. And I just forgot how much I love steak. Yeah. And to like have it hits on all those marks, characters and story, music, and the dungeon exploring worked for me very well in Persona 5. So I can only imagine it's gotten better.
It is better. There's less. When you talk about time constraints, they're so much more generous in this one. And it's not to the point where you can make it easy for yourself, because there are actual story beats and limitations that put you in like precarious like time management. And it works out really well, though, if you've figured out that you're supposed to experiment. You're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to make characters, different classes all the way through. Don't ever keep them just one. Obviously, they all have their own base stats that kind of influence what they should be, but it works all the way through.
Sounds like this game is the steak that keeps on giving.
It sounds like it's not a mistake.
Oh.
Honestly,
you're welcome.
Top it with some remoulade, a little bit of cream cheese on the side.
Put it in an air fryer.
Put it in an
air fryer for sure.
Honestly, I'd probably put it on the charcoal grill. That's what Metaphor is. I want that smoky taste.
I love that we've described this game using a facsimile as steak.
I'm happy that you almost learned about facsimile.
Dude, I'm so close, man.
I think you might be close.
I'm getting so close.
It's a metaphor.
Give it a couple more times.
I love the game. I've talked about it a lot in previous episodes, but there was no question when I started playing it. I knew it was going to be my game of the year. No game really looks like this. No game plays like this, truly. And the story, it just goes batshit at like the 3/4 mark.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, I predicted a lot of it. There is a point where you can't predict what is about to happen, and it's insane.
That's how the substance was for me.
Yeah.
Chapter 1, I get. Chapter 2, I get. What the fuck just happened?
Yep.
Yeah.
The listener's choice for Game of the Year goes to Astrobot.
Hey,
A 10 out of 10.
it is. It truly is.
Still haven't played it yet.
The best mascot that Sony could ever dream of, that they've had for a while, and they're finally starting to realize.
They dropped the game and went
Shameless
Game of the Year.
corporatization of themselves. It's kind of nuts.
It's a game that's made out of pure joy, and it's made by creators who wanted to make a fun platformer.
When I found myself smiling
Yeah.
while I was playing this game, and I said, this is better than Mario 64, clearly, but it's also like the new ideas in every level. There was a new concept. There was something new to do each and every time you went to a new planet.
I kind of want to play
It's the best Nintendo game since Mario Galaxy.
I love Odyssey.
Odyssey is great.
I think Odyssey is better.
Odyssey is not showing off a new technology, though.
No.
And Galaxy was the Nintendo Wii. And the fact that...
I love Galaxy.
And Odyssey is great, but it doesn't scream Nintendo Switch to me. It's like a great game. The fact that Astrobot screams PlayStation 5 DualSense controller in a way that nothing else has...
Because it literally features one as a spaceship.
But it utilizes the technology, and it utilizes that controller special...
The controller features are so good in this.
I want to
unlike anything else. You have it. You have my copy.
I know, and I'm going to probably play it during the Packer game.
Because if not, you bring it back, because I want to play the new levels.
Well, I want to play
There
it
was
on
a
the-
new Christmas level they just released. I haven't played it yet.
I want to play it on the Portal.
Play it on the Portal.
I think that'd be fun.
Then fucking do it.
Honestly,
when I get
no, you actually want to play this on the big screen because
Yeah, you do.
some of the rumble features and the 6-axis work so much better on the little guy.
Yeah, you want it on the big screen.
Well,
It's textures.
Do both, but
Yeah.
First of all, its beauty is really underrated. Everything kind of, when they used to say like, oh, it looks like a Pixar cartoon. This one actually has some of the best like character animations I've ever seen in a video game.
I'm excited to play it.
You should have already done your
know.
homework.
and that's
Shame
been
on me.
that's been our best of 2024. The rest of this month, like we said, Indiana Jones month. Check out Raw Dogs. Check out Popcorn Dogs, and Elton Dogs will return as well. With I'm not sure if we're in the Shadow Altus or what it is for the non-Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters will be back to discuss the Shadow Tree base, and we're trying to get Square Table Gaming back on. We'll see if we can get that, and then we're going to continue forward. But if you want access to the Patreon exclusive episodes, there's going to be at least a couple Indiana Jones Patreon episodes, and 75 other bonus episodes. Check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. Special thanks to Ryan, Christy, Nick, Kip Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Phil Just Phil, and Kelly Gutowski, Bryant Ross, and Justin Melly. And special thanks to Phil once again for all the wonderful beers.
We drank a lot of them, man.
There's a lot.
Get ready for Doggies After Dark. That's all I'm saying.
And yeah, we're excited for another fantastic year of the Dogcast network of shows. A lot of good things coming for you. So
I'm excited.
And we're going to be back with Doggies After Dark for our executive producers, where we can hear Dylan's top 10 games.
Top 10 games. Go get it.